Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 312th episode of the Geek First Podcast.
Geek First Podcast.
Shut up. I am the clown prince of podcasts, Travis Snell.
I'm the cube writer, Taylor Field.
I am your friendly neighborhood caster, Kirkland Patzer.
Yes, it's the three of us. We got a good old newscast today. We haven't done a newscast in quite a while. It's been reviews and one-offs and this and that, but yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to do some cheap plugs to get out of the way. I want to thank Kaufman, who is our new Patreon at the $5 level. We have lots of people that have joined that, so thank you very much. We got lots of content on there, but lots more are coming up. So, Kaufman, if you're listening to this, send me your question, respond to me. Our new Patreons, I love you all, but you got to respond if you want your questions answered on the cast. We want to, because we have a newscast and we don't have your questions. So, but it's fine. We're not going anywhere unless we get canceled. Taylor's gonna get us in trouble because he thinks black comedy means something else. So,
I have no comments on that.
He also before cast, he was like, he adjusted the chair. He's like, oh, who was in this? Someone small, and then he said, it must have been Dylan.
Oh,
So he just decided that Dylan's the smallest person on the cast. Do you want to say anything about that? Now that Taylor does like 5 push-ups every day, he's a big man on campus.
Again, I don't know what Travis talks about. This is all stuff that happens like behind the curtain. So
You would think he'd say like maybe Jessica's in there because Jessica's a lot shorter than all of us, but you just threw that
I'm not going to
shit-
call Jessica out.
But you called Dylan out.
I think Dylan's taller than me.
You know, Dylan, me and him, we're head-to-head right now. There's gauntlet controversies going on right now. So
That's true. How do you feel for Extra Life? He hasn't let you know who you're versing the first
I
round.
feel it's very unjustified.
Yeah.
Very unfair.
That's thank you for reminding us, Extra Life. We've been a little busy, particularly me, but the next few weeks you are going to get more. I think there's been 3 matches announcements, but you're going to get a lot more announced soon. Watch the Kirkland and Travis Sports title. It's a really good one. No spoilers until October 1st, but it's damn good. It is. It's a nail biter. I actually watched the whole thing back. I'm not going to say what happens, but it is just it's a crazy matchup. So watch that because October 1st we're going to do some announcements about the titles. So then all your bets will be off. Let's see, superhero draft. Actually, I'll save that for the second because I got to gloat a little bit. Let's see. Check out the Ad Astra review. I just did that. That's a phenomenal movie. I can't wait. You guys are all going to have to see it eventually for Golden Geeks.
See it now.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it all day. Been listening to the score. Oof,
That's crazy.
Great movie, so check that out. And then in 2 weeks from now, man, Joker's almost here. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I'm just like, I am just a boiling pot, and the lid is on, but the lid's starting to shake right now. And then when I burst in that theater, I'm going to be so excited. And if you like what we've done before, right now, go to iTunes, give us a review. Thank you for someone that just gave us a review. I can't remember your name. You're from Britain, and you said you want us to do more DC content. Don't worry. We're doing a Watchmen retro coming up. We got Joker coming up. We got lots of stuff. So we'll be talking about, we're even talking about Taylor's favorite poster of all time today, Birds of Prey. So that's good. Before we get in the news, did you guys have any video game news?
Video game. I can definitely salvage some. I got a couple things.
Okay.
I didn't really, but I had more of a question because I watched a awesome Terminator trailer, and then I found out there was like a Terminator game that was announced like a day ago. A trailer dropped, and I don't know if that's news.
I should have tagged you in it because I tagged Travis in it.
Yeah, no one takes Kirkland in
assholes.
anything. Don't blame me. I'm not the asshole. I didn't take myself in it. So okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about movie TV. We're gonna talk a little gaming. So stay tuned for all that. But before we get into this, is doing the movie world. So every year, July for Comic-Con, we do a superhero draft. We all pick 5 actors or actresses that we think from July to the next July can get casted. Kirkland had the lead because he got Kit Harington, who got casted as the Black Knight in the Eternals. But he has lost the lead because finally my boy, you can't see him. No, you can see him in Suicide Squad because John Cena, who I've picked 3 years in a row, has finally been casted. And we have this thing where we put a star by somebody and that gets us 2 points. So now I'm in the lead. So how's it feel, Kirkland?
I felt like I was kind of prepared for it because I kind of figured John Cena would be making an appearance.
That's
in there.
why I never gave him up. I just
Yeah.
knew it was gonna happen at some point. So
Yeah.
I hope
it was
no one.
smart for you to double down on him.
Yeah. I'm excited next year. I don't gotta worry about keeping him. I got an open field. So that's the lead right now. I got 2 points. Kirkland has 1.
I'm a little sad though that I let Haley Steinfeld slip out of my
Yeah,
fingers.
we're gonna talk about that today.
yeah.
That's tough. So and then Dylan, no points. Dylan won last year, so he's fine. Taylor still no points on the board ever.
No, but I got a different strategy this time. Instead of 40 plus, I'm doing 40 under.
Didn't you still keep Liam Neeson though?
I honestly no, did I? I can't remember. I
No,
got
you
Mark
kept
Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's the exception.
The exception of the 40 plus. Even though it was funny, I don't believe these at all. But there were these like like small rumors going around that Liam Neeson was going to voice Galactus. So
Really?
I
I'd die. That would be the best thing ever.
was
Is
just
that your
laugh-
double pointer?
No, I don't think I
okay.
picked him.
No, he had 2 years in a row.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure, and then he dropped him this year. So I would just laugh if he got the same thing that you kind of dropped Matt Damon, and he was in
and
2
Nick
movies.
Cage. Well, Matt Damon was in my honorable mentions.
Still close enough. Yeah. Well, speaking of Haley Steinfeld, so let's get into some movie news, TV news. We're going to start with Marvel first. Haley Steinfeld, and we're doing a catch up because like I said, we haven't done newscasts in a while. We got a newscast coming up next week. It's going to be, we're doing like after Joker, what Elseworlds and Marvel and DC would we want to watch. But Haley Steinfeld is rumored to be in the Hawkeye show, and they just say the female lead, but we kind of all know that's Kate Bishop.
Mhm.
Kirkland, obviously, them being a little salty that it dropped in the draft. How do you feel about this?
You know, personally, it sucks that I'm not getting those points, but I am pretty excited if this does go through because I'm a big Haley Steinfeld fan. I feel like, especially, I think the last thing I saw her in was Bumblebee movie, and I feel like she was one of the best parts of that whole movie. And seeing her in kind of a lead role and carry that, I haven't seen. It was like a rom-com or something.
Edge of 17.
Yeah, Edge of 17.
Great
I've never
movie,
seen it, but I heard it's good. So I know she's got the chops, and I don't know. I really like her humor, and she's just got a good like superhero look, in my opinion. So I feel like she'd be good quippy side as well as ass kicker. So I hope that goes through at least.
Mm-hmm. Taylor Field.
She's a good actress. You know, she was good in Bumblebee. She was awesome in Spider-Verse.
She was. Yes.
What else,
Great
Taylor?
voice.
What else?
Yeah.
Edge of 17?
Did you see that movie?
I did not,
No.
but I will now.
Just Taylor, I know sometimes he just says something that he makes it seem like he's like been a fan of this person for years, but he just lists off like Bumblebee and Spider-Verse, 2 movies he loves, so which is fine. That's great.
That's
but
how I've gotten this far in life.
that's true. That's true. Best year yet.
That's right.
But yeah, no, she's a good actress. Throw her in there. So I don't know who Kate Robinson is.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
I don't know who Kate Robinson is. Keep talking. I'm gonna do a Google search on Kate Robinson and see who comes
Oh
up
no.
first. Kate Robinson.
Yeah, I don't know who Kate Bishop is. I'm assuming Hawkeye's daughter.
It's like his Robin.
No, Kate Bishop is not his daughter. I'm sick and tired of this.
Uh-oh.
You would do that, and then Dylan would do that every time. I'd be like, his daughter's not going to be in the Hawkeye show. Like, oh, they'll just change it. No, not Kate Bishop. Yeah, is his Robin. It's someone that kind of takes on the mantle. And I imagine that after this series, I think Jeremy Renner will be done being Hawkeye, and it's going to be she's going to be the new Hawkeye now. Which I have a follow up story on that. But that's what I think he's going to be passing off, kind of Cap to Sam, her to or him to her. And there's no famous person named Kate Robinson. It's just a bunch of like I put in there. It's just like the 10 best LinkedIn profiles or like Facebook. So not gonna go down that.
Kate
But the first
Robinson.
picture that comes up is a blonde eating a corn. Like her mouth is just stuffed with corn. So cool.
Cool.
Wow.
Shouts out to that person, Kate Robinson.
Anything else on Kate Robinson there, Taylor?
I don't know. Maybe I'll add you on my superhero list for next year draft. I don't know.
Kate Robinson.
Kate Robinson?
Yeah.
Oh,
just
I
making
thought you
a
meant Haley
joke.
Steinfeld. I'm like, I
Oh,
think you've
this
missed
guy.
the bandwagon.
Well,
But-
maybe I could add her. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I think it's great casting. The thing that it's good for the character. I think it's good overall. The thing that I like though is it's an actual celebrity and it's a name because I know it's Disney Plus. I know they said these are going to be big things, but there's still TV shows. We still haven't gone into them. And the thing is, I knew like, okay, obviously Tom Hiddleston's coming back. That's huge. You know, Elizabeth Olsen, that's huge. But I thought maybe we'd just get just the Marvel actors back and then we'd maybe get some, I won't say lower tier actors, but just people we might not know. But this shows that when we do like a fantasy draft again or superhero draft, I know, oh, if I pick someone that's popular, they could go into Disney Plus, you know? So I like that. That's very exciting. I'm very excited for the show. And yeah, I think she's a good fit. And what the other stories I was going to follow up with, so she spins off into the Young Avengers. And what happens is as well, they're doing Miss Marvel. They're shooting that apparently next year. And she's also a member that she's been in the Young Avengers in the past. There's a rumor going around that the Young Avengers is actually going to be on Disney Plus instead of the movie theaters. How would you guys feel about that of having a, I don't know if it would be a series of Avengers or if it'd be one big movie on Disney Plus. It would be Young Avengers. I still don't think they should call it that. I'm never a fan of blank Avengers. Like I just feel like it's a weird knockoff. But how would you feel about that if they've said Miss Marvel is going to be in the movies, but if they do this Young Avengers on Disney Plus, is that show too big for Disney Plus? Would people feel they're being relegated, or is that where it fits? Like, what do you guys think about that?
Well, if it's coming out as a TV show, I can't really see it being anywhere else, right? Disney Plus? Or are you asking whether?
Oh
it would be
no,
a
I
movie?
meant like is it? Let's say it wasn't a show. Let's say it was a movie.
Mhm.
Do you think that's still all right to do on Disney Plus?
I mean, realistically, I feel like majority of Marvel fans are going to be owning Disney Plus, so it shouldn't be like a big issue there. Obviously, some people might see it as kind of a downgrade because it's not on the big screen, like in the theater. So I can kind of see both sides of it. I think for me, like I've seen plenty of awesome TV shows that have, whether they're like Netflix originals that I've just fell in love with, and I don't see them as lesser than it being like a big time like big screen movie like what you'd go out to get your own popcorn and all that stuff. But I don't know. I feel like,
because I have heard that brought up a few times with some people, Miss Marvel, that, you know, Feige says, oh, she'll be in the movies, but some people are like, it's a TV show. I wish it was a movie first. Because I think Disney Plus is going to be huge, but I still think there's like a grace period for people like my mom, who I asked her the other day, like, are you going to get Disney Plus? And she said no. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? But then when I talk about like what's on there's nothing that really appeals to her that she needs to get.
Right.
So I guess that's kind of the way, as the movie does still have that larger audience, would be more mainstream, you know, where Disney Plus I think eventually could be that. Who knows when this Young Avengers series or movie would come out.
I was going to say too, like, I don't know if it would be a better decision for if they're trying to introduce a character like Miss Marvel to show her off in a big screen movie, and then like you'll see more of her, but like on the Disney Plus app, like maybe that'll just make people want to go get the Disney Plus app if they really fell in love with that character while seeing her in the theater. Because I don't know, not everybody knows about these. I don't want to call them like smaller time.
They are. I don't care. People can say whatever they want, but
dance
like
around it.
Yeah, people can say whatever they want, but no one knows. No one knew who Captain Marvel was until that fucking pager went off in Infinity War. You know, like
that's true. I had to ask you.
People that listen to this show and people that read comic books, of course. But that's what I'm talking about. My mother, like mainstream people. Now they know. Oh, Captain Marvel, $1 billion movie. But people don't know that Miss Marvel. They're just gonna think, oh, is that another? Like, is that just Captain Marvel in a different iteration? Is she just calling herself Miss Marvel? Like, people don't know. People know like the tens, you know, like the Wolverines, the Supermans, Batman, Spider-Man. There's a selected few. Now they know them more. Like Black Panther now is like an iconic name, but before, no. Like even Iron Man wasn't even an iconic name before his movie. So people just get offended because it's like, you know, so it's like it's good for diversity, but it's still like, and I think it's popular a lot in those cultures. Like I think Black Panther is a lot more popular in the black culture more than anywhere else. Now he's popular everywhere, but at the moment it was okay in the black culture. I feel like that's one of our heroes, right? Where now everybody knows who Black Panther was. So I think she is smaller. I don't think people know who she is. We'll get Taylor, go on the street and ask 10 people and see if they know, you know.
Sure.
And before Taylor goes, what do you think? Because obviously Miss Marvel is a series. Kate Bishop's going to be introducing a series. If this Young Avengers is a Disney Plus thing, do you think it should be should it be a show or should it be a movie?
For Miss Marvel specifically?
No, if they do this Young Avengers.
Oh, Young Avengers.
Is that a show Defender style, or is that one big movie with them all? Because I think that's kind of tough. I don't know.
Yeah, that is kind of tough because on one hand, if it's a TV show, you get more room to build upon, like, I don't know, whether it be a kind of a side character. I don't know, you can just flesh out more people. But if it goes that route, it being a TV show, and it kind of isn't the greatest, I feel like there's plenty of those shows that have come out. I don't know. I don't want to speak for a lot of shows because I haven't seen, like, I don't know, some like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something. Like, I've never like seen that, so I don't want to shit on it, but I feel like something
you don't hear amazing things about it.
No, exactly. But if it comes out as a movie and it's not necessarily like a 10 out of 10, it's kind of like an 8 out of 10, I feel like it would be a little bit easier to receive that than it being like a mediocre TV show.
It's just 2 hours of your life opposed to a 6-8 hour experience where you're disappointed.
Exactly, because it's like, oh, I got to tune in next week to find out what's going on with this. But who knows? It is a tough question, and I'm definitely not an expert on that.
Yeah, before Taylor goes, I'll go. I think the only reason why I'm in the movie camp is just because if you get bigger actors and actresses, I think it will just be a time-consuming thing and a budgetary thing of like if we want to do a big crossover. And then plus, I feel like it would be strange if you do a Young Avengers, but that's a TV show, and then you still have the Avengers movie. So I think if they were to imagine that, make this first big crossover event on Disney Plus, I think that'd be pretty cool, like the Avengers was, right? Yeah. Make a movie with all these characters. There's like Hulkling, who is like a different Hulk, who's like a Hulk teenager. There's Kid Loki, which I kind of hope happens. It's Loki reincarnated, so they're trying to like get him on a good path this time and everything like that. So I really hope that happens. So there's some fun things I think they could play with. I think it's I go back and forth as far as I think some people say it's too big for this show just because they might be fans of it, but I also just think it has a lot to do with brand kind of polluting. Like I said, there were those rumors we talked about before Comic-Con that there was going to be like a Dark Avengers, a Young Avengers, and some other, like, I don't know, Sesame Street Avengers. And it was all like, and they're all based off comic books, but I just don't think you're going to have the theaters. One, you're going to have the Avengers, and then you're going to have another Avengers. And I feel like that just kind of is oversaturation of the name Avengers, but I feel like if it's on Disney Plus, it's a little less than that. You know, if it's something Young Avengers, then I could kind of see it, even though I still think Young Avengers is kind of like a dumb name. I always have. Go with West Coast Avengers, sure. But, so yeah, I think it would be a movie, and I think, I don't know, I guess it's weird because I have to see what they're doing with Miss Marvel, because they said she's going to be in the movies, but like Kirkland was saying, I don't know if that is before and then TV shows or vice versa, because I feel like, though, once Miss Marvel is a TV show, and then she goes into the movies, I felt like she would kind of stay there, right? That's the one thing. So I also feel it's just weird that if all these people are in TV shows and then they go into this big movie, is it just I guess it would have to be some sort of smaller threat, right? So the other Avengers don't get involved. Like, it just feels, I don't want it to feel too off to the side, but then I don't think you could do all these TV shows on Disney Plus and then like, oh, there's the Young Avengers movies in theaters, and some people might go like, I have no idea what this is. So I could see it happening. Obviously, these are just rumors. These aren't even A+ rumors. These are like in that C to B level tier. I always like to stress. So Taylor, what do you feel about all this? Young Avengers, TV show, movie, Disney Plus?
Well, I think it's pretty exciting. I mean, I looked at that list that you posted of stuff coming to Disney Plus, and I was like wooing over everything that was going to be in there. It was pretty cool. I think that now I'm trying to understand here. So, Miss Marvel is a movie coming to theaters or Disney Plus?
It's coming to Disney Plus.
It's coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
okay.
but they said she was like, they've said this about all of them, but Feige was specifically said about her. She will appear in movies as well because she's very connected also with Carol Danvers. So I'm sure maybe Moon Knight might pop up in a Blade movie, but he specifically said she's going to be in movies, Miss Marvel. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, it's great while they have all this content pop on Disney Plus, but again, you can only make so much money on Disney Plus, whereas they could spend, 300-400 million and then make $1 billion back at the box office. That's like
300. Oh, 300, 400. Okay, sorry, I misheard you. I thought you said 3 to 4 million, and I was like, what are you
this
smoking?
This isn't a Paranormal Activity movie.
I was like, what are you smoking? The MCU movie. We're gonna make a $3 million MCU movie. Get out there. The budget, it's like a camcorder, and like they put out a Miss Marvel movie, and it just looks like shit, and the fans are just mad.
But yeah, no, I think if they do it in the movie theater, they'll make much more money all at once as opposed to making a few extra dollars every month on like their streaming service.
I think you're downplaying how much Disney Plus could get them by saying making a few extra dollars. I think they're wanting that to be like a huge main source of income.
Oh yeah, and it will be. I don't doubt that. But I mean,
okay.
I don't think they should dismiss the fact that they can still make a huge killing at the box office. And I don't want I enjoy going to the movies and sitting in a big screen theater. I think that's a one-of-a-kind experience. And I fear the day when streaming replaces that because I don't get to watch, The Mandalorian or Lady and the Tramp and stuff on the big screen, And
Would you have gone to see Lady and Tramp on the big screen?
Would I have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Mandalorian's a TV show. You wouldn't have been seeing on the big screen no matter what.
Just
I know.
Every week.
What?
Just go back every week.
Yeah. Taylor would.
I totally would.
So you didn't answer me. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to be on Disney Plus? And do you think it should be a movie or TV show?
The Miss Marvel?
No. Young Avengers now. So Miss
Young
Marvel.
Avengers.
Miss Marvel is definitely for sure on TV. That's no speculation. That's announced. But she is a character that could be in Young Avengers. Kate Bishop's in Young Avengers. So it seems like they're introducing characters that would form this team, whatever it would be. And then there was rumors going around that they might do Young Avengers on Disney Plus. And like I said, nothing confirmed if it's a show, movie, what the deal is.
This Young Avengers thing, like if it happens, it's not going to be some like high school drama about boys and girls.
That's why I don't like. It's not. It is just younger Avengers, teen like. But that's why I don't like I've never liked the title Young Avengers because when I think of that too, I think of that, or I just think of toys when it's like, oh, it's Hawkeye as a kid, or it's like Bruce Banner as a little guy, and it's like that's kind of what it is. But I mean like toys when it's like those little guy toys, and it's like I don't want that.
Well,
so I honestly don't think there is another team called the West Coast Avengers, and they're literally just Avengers on the West Coast. I'd rather them do something like that. Young Avengers just
what
sounds
about just like New Avengers?
I think New Avengers is what the movies are gonna be. Because I think if you get that T'Challa, well, no Spider-Man, but like Captain Marvel, who else is coming? Maybe someone from the Eternals. I think that the movies could call them the New Avengers, but even then, I think that is like. New and young are just like they just feel like when they're out of ideas or they want to make something feel really shiny. I don't think they're in the desperation spot where look, it's the new Avengers,
the better Avengers.
Yeah, like that's what it seems like. So I honestly still think the next Avengers movie will probably still be Avengers, the Conqueror of Kang or whatever it is, or Eater of Worlds. Like I don't think they'll use new, and I don't think they'll use young, but I could be wrong. So yeah, it's younger teen versions.
Okay, because I just worry about getting some like Disney's Descendants kind of thing or some bullshit like that. Or I mean, I haven't seen Teen Titans, but I don't want some teen drama.
Teen Titans or Titans?
Titans.
Well, that's not. They're younger and there's teen angst, but they're not in high school dealing with this stuff. They're on the run and stuff. They're dealing with assassins. Season's really good right now. That Nightwing suit leaked and it's looking fire. Hence why I'm wearing this. But that would be. You don't knock it till you try. Watch Titans first and then say.
Okay. So yeah, no. Well, I'll watch it. So
no. What did you think? Do you think it would be a movie? What would you rather? Do you want to be a movie or TV show? What, Miss Marvel? No. Do you want a movie or TV show? Oh, I'll watch it. Do you think it would be a movie or TV show?
I feel like if they do a big group thing like that, they'll probably go for a movie.
Okay, and do you think that would be a Disney Plus thing? Do you think that's fine being on Disney Plus? A movie called Young Avengers, do you think that's fine to be there? Or do you think that is a big screen warranted release?
It depends. If they do
Feige comes to you and they say, hey, I'm not doing Ghost Rider, but we're doing Young Avengers. What do you think?
I think that's a mistake. But no, I think that... if they do everything as a Disney Plus series, then it would be awkward to just throw it up on the big screen because then everyone's going to be like, the people that don't have Disney Plus will be like, what is this movie and who are these characters? And then it's fine for us, but for the rest of the people, not so much. And they can't do it vice versa. They can't do it in theaters and then throw it on Disney Plus. So I feel like...
Well, what do you mean? Like do a movie Young Avengers, then a show Young Avengers?
Well, if they do a movie, for like Miss Marvel and whatever, and build up those characters and build it up with Kate Robinson in the theaters, then they throw like the Young Avengers movie on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't know. I think.
Do you think though there's a chance they throw the movie on the big screen because that will get people to go to Disney Plus? Because if they look at the Young Avengers, maybe the people watching the movies will just take it as like, oh, these are the Guardians. They're just a bunch of people getting together, and they'll
there's written that way.
Yeah, maybe, but then they can go, oh, there's a backstory. I can go pay $6.99 or whatever to go watch these shows with these characters.
If it's written that way, then yeah, totally, they can get away with that for sure. But I think that they'll probably keep it all on Disney Plus. That's being said, I think they're going to focus on like the Eternals and obviously this other kind of timeline of things they're focusing on for the big screen, and they have things for juniors that they can put out there on the youngins.
Are you saying Young Avengers for the juniors?
I think it'll be for the little kids. Yeah, the little Jimmies.
I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be for the teens.
The teens.
So what do you think about with Miss Marvel? Is it awkward for her to, let's say, be in TV shows? She goes in, let's say, Captain Marvel 2 or 3, but then she comes back to Disney Plus for Young Avengers. Is that kind of a little strange?
No, I think it's a good way of connecting and bridging show to movie. I think, you need to have that kind of connection, Otherwise, you get a weird setup with like Punisher, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, where they're existing in technically the same universe, but they're not properly connected to the same MCU universe. So it kind of creates a weird kind of like tension. But I think once you get those characters crossed over, then it'll feel like it's all one fluid thing,
Yeah, they've kind of confirmed that those aren't MCU anymore, because especially stuff like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is technically not even MCU, because on Disney Plus they're in different categories. There's MCU, and then there's like Disney specials and shows.
Is that the only? But that's not actual proof that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not.
Well, Agent Shield, no. Foggy said the Netflix stuff that is not canon anymore.
But MCU technically is, right? Or Agents of Shield is, right?
Well, we'll find out. But I take it as it's not. If on Disney Plus it's not in the MCU catalog, to me that means it's not canon, and it's like the Netflix shows where it's pushed aside now. That's how I take it.
The MCU catalog, is that all stuff like just the movies so far, or does it have like all the other shows upcoming listed in there too?
I think it has the shows upcoming listed.
Fuck.
But
Ghost
I don't know
Rider's
for sure.
kicked again.
I told you that was gonna happen. He's stuck on Hulu.
Feige hates Ghost Rider.
He does. He really does. The same way Fox hates Cyclops, Feige hates Ghost Rider. Like, get that Storm guy.
Is there a reason? Like, do you know why? Like, are you just saying this just to bug me?
No, I have dinner with him every night. He won't tell me. No, I don't think he hates him. I think it's just, look at you. You like almost everything in Marvel, but the X-Men, you just go, that doesn't interest you, right? You watch for the podcast, you catch it. I think Ghost Rider is the same for Feige, where he loves Marvel, and he might even like Ghost Rider, but out of all the characters, he goes, that just, I'm sorry to break your heart, but
he's probably very religious and thinks that
I don't
this is
think
a very anti-religious hero.
So that's why he's bringing Blade
well,
and Doctor Strange.
Well, Doctor Strange, that's different, and Blade is vampires. When you bring in the Devil's Bounty Hunter, it's like, oh no.
And Star-Lord made like that big Jesus joke in Infinity War. I just think he looks at them and he goes, I don't have many great ideas for Ghost Rider, or I don't love many of his stories. I think we had a conversation in the group chat. That's why I was bringing this up until I asked like when I could see it happening, and I said not in between 2020 and 2030. I'm like, I don't see it in the next 10 years because I got Fantastic Four and X-Men, and you know what else they got? They got Silver Surfer, and that's my transition because there's rumors going around that Marvel is working on a movie. So this is what I want to throw to you guys. What should come first, Fantastic Four movie or a Silver Surfer movie? And again, this is like that B, C plus tier of rumors, but still, there's rumors going around that they're actively developing a Silver Surfer movie.
I feel like the safe prediction is to say Fantastic Four before Silver Surfer, but I honestly think it would be pretty unique if we got something like that, like where it starts with not necessarily like a villain, but kind of like whether he's an anti-hero or however which route they want to go with that character.
I think if they give him a movie, though, that takes that out, right? Because I think if we see him in a movie and then he goes to Fantastic Four, I don't think we'd be like, oh, is he not on their side, right? I think if they do a solo movie, it might give away that he's a good guy, right?
Yeah, but characters can sway sides, right? You know, like just like the once great Jedi Anakin. You know, he started as a good guy, and then look how that story ended. But no, I don't know. I just feel like it would be kind of unique if we followed a character like Silver Surfer, and then if the movie ended with kind of like a hint towards Fantastic Four, or whether they even do. I know you're not a fan of it. Kind of like a prequel route, whether they want to show something that happened to Silver Surfer like a long time ago, and then when we see him in Fantastic Four, he's kind of a different person. Who knows?
I'm fine so far. Marvels. I like Captain America's fine enough. I really like Captain Marvel. So I think those are. I think because they're prequels, but they're just prequels to the area, like the MCU, right? It's not like, okay, we met Thor and then we're gonna do a prequel of him as a kid. That's the stuff I don't like. But if it's like a prequel to the time, I can swallow that pill.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
So I don't know. I would totally be down to see Silver Surfer because I don't know. I like the last version that we saw, but I know there's a lot more potential with that character. So I feel, especially just with where Marvel is right now and the fact that Fantastic Four will see him in like a Marvel type universe, it's exciting for me, and I'm excited to see what they do with that character. Whether that rumor is legit or not, we are in the B2C area.
We'll definitely see him. I don't know if they're actively developing this movie or not, but we'll definitely see
within
him
2020 to 2030.
That's because I go the reverse. I think you need to start him off in a team and introduce him and then get a solo. I think he's just such a weird character. Like, he's a cosmic man who's covered in silver and he rides a surfboard throughout
space.
Sounds like
a song.
Well, yeah, some Steely Dan, Pink Floyd stuff. I just think that he's very weird, so I've always thought you gotta spin him off first. So I think they could be developing a film, but I think whether it's Fantastic Four or somewhere else, I think he needs to appear Black Panther, Spider-Man style, and then go off. I don't know if we can just get Silver Surfer for the movie, but it's Marvel, it's Feige, they know what they're doing. I want any kind of Marvel movie for the most part, but I don't believe we'd get a solo film of him first. I don't think so. But
do you think it would be Disney Plus film? Going back to that question.
Because the thing is, what have we gone so far? We gone Loki, Hawkeye, Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, but that's going to be like in the house. I feel like so far the Disney Plus shows, they're going to be bigger, but we haven't got anything announced in space yet, right? Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel. I feel like the most expensive show could end up being She-Hulk because she's going to be a CGI Hulk person. So I think they'd stay away from that for budgetary reasons, and I think he'd be a movie guy. I really do. So Taylor, right? Thoughts on the Surfer?
You remember that Silver Surfer game we played on Roddernaut a long time ago? How crazy that game was?
Yeah, it was a shit game. Go back and check it out.
Where's
the new episode of Roddernaut?
What's that?
Where's the new episode of Raw?
I made a deal with Ruben. If he does not finish it before the end of September, he has to endure a serious punishment. He said threaten me, so I threatened him.
Threaten you.
That's what he said, yeah.
Sounds sensual, your conversation.
You guys got a weird relationship. Threaten me. Threaten me.
Hit me. Hit me.
Sire, make it harder, sire.
Well, yeah.
Poor fan tuned the first time. Oh, they're talking about Silver Surfer and they're talking about hit me harder, mommy, and stuff like that. Silver Surfer, before F4 or not?
I think it'll be.
I mean, I can't make it any more simpler than that. When you're just like, what do you? So Ms. Marvel's just show.
I think it'll be before F4, Fantastic Four.
F4.
I'm down to see a Silver Surfer, pop up beforehand. And
is this biased though, because you just want to see the Surfer, or do you think it makes logical sense for him to pop up?
I like Silver Surfer. I think he's actually a super cool character. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer is one of my favorite movies. I have it on DVD. It's one of my
not
favorites.
Steelcase though.
I've seen it in Steelcase at Valley Village. But I haven't bought it.
Steel case?
I've seen it, but I haven't bought it yet.
That's such a weird claim. I saw it. I saw it in the wilderness.
Bigfoot.
But no, I want to get it because Dr. Doom, or what am I talking about?
Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I love that movie because Dr. Doom on the board, fantastic. But anyways, Galactus.
Galactus sucks in that movie. He's just a
suck.
cloud. Yeah. He's that Green Lantern. They were obsessed with cloud villains in the 2000s.
I would love to see Liam Neeson's Galactus in a Silver Surfer movie.
That rumor is from the D tier. Don't even believe that.
But no, I think they should totally go with the Silver Surfer movie before the Fantastic Four, just because I think it's such a cool take, and I feel like they're gonna look at it like Marvel's like, oh, you know what? Sony went ahead and did, an anti-hero villain movie first, with Venom. Maybe we should try and do something like that.
He's not. They don't got to make him a villain. He's been. You guys are really basing off that Fantastic Four 2 movie. He's been a good guy majority of his career. I haven't
seen any of his. The only other career I've seen is that old NES game that we played. That's all I've seen.
And he was a good guy.
Was he a good guy?
He's a protagonist of the game.
Oh, yeah.
What if they do a crazy I know it's kind of different, but they do a Joker route and just make this film similar to the upcoming Joker movie. That'll be cool.
Goes insane.
He's a stand-up comedian on the board. What's the deal with boards? Come on.
No, just it's so hard though because he is just a full CGI character. Yeah. So it is kind of difficult for me to see just a standalone movie with him. But
I feel like he doesn't have to be CGI because you could get silver paint.
He has to be CGI. It's the same thing back to
silver glitter on him.
You and Dylan are on the same wavelength. You weren't here when we ranked the shows, but Dylan was trying to pitch me why the actress who plays She-Hulk has to be huge and they're going to paint her green. And I was like, there's no way they're painting her green. Look at they love CGI in the MCU. They're not going to paint somebody. They're going to get Keanu Reeves in there and be like, we're going to paint you silver, Keanu. Get on this board. He's going to be CGI out the yin-yang. He's going to be as CGI as Tony Stark's suit.
Oh, yikes.
That's not an insult. I'm just saying all his suits are CG. That'll be Silver Surfer. What was
Are they all CG?
For the most part. Look at his head. Ever since Iron Man 2, his head is always off in the suit. It never looks completely on. It's kind of annoying. But what was your pitch for a practical Silver Surfer?
Practical?
You said they don't have to use CGI.
I don't know. If you look at Wizard of Oz, they did the Tin Man pretty good. He looked
my God. You're talking about Wizard of Oz, the first of the movie in color?
Yeah. Now, if you think about it, here's my pitch. That movie was done, in the 50s? Now, can you imagine? Now, hear me out. That movie was done with practical effects in the 50s. Now, can you imagine those same practical effects and the advancements they've made now in 2020? We're on point.
You can tell it's paint, the Tin Man. You can tell.
Yeah, but that's the 50s. You think how far we've come? We could definitely do something good.
It came out in 1939.
1930s, well, even better. We got 90 years, of technology advancements on paint.
Yeah, you're almost at 9 years. You're close. I was going to call you out, but you're right. Good job on math. So there you go, Silver Surfer. Let's see. So that's the Marvel news. Let's talk about... We'll keep in the Disney realm. Don't worry, Tim. We'll get to your Battle of Big Rock thing.
Oh, I'm patient.
Maybe.
I'll wait.
So there is a rumor, and now this is I'd say this is solid C tier going around because this guy spread some stuff, but like he's been right a few times, but I don't know. There's one time where he's like, oh, they're going to announce a big show at Disney Plus, and they did. It was Miss Marvel, and she's like, oh, my scoop's been confirmed, but it's like anybody can take that type of guess, but he has been around some things before. So, but I'm in the camp of I don't believe this, but there's rumors going around that they are going to do a Solo spin-off for Disney Plus, but it's not going to be about Han Solo or maybe even Lando. It's going to be about Crimson Dawn, maybe something to do with Darth Maul, the crime syndicate, things like that. What do you guys think of that potentiality? And then also, who would you have star in that if it's not Han Solo? Would you bring Kira back? Would you bring someone else? Some people have said Maul. I don't think Maul makes sense to star in it, but how's that sitting with you?
So, yeah, it would be continuing basically from the standalone movie. I
think so, yeah. I think it would be taking place whenever Kira like closed that door on Han and flew away. I think that's it's a crime spin-off with Crimson Dawn or something like that.
I feel like if I wanted to go the safer route, whether or not this is confirmed, probably throw Kira as the lead role.
Yeah.
Amelia Clark, Game of Thrones days are over, so she could have another. Would it be a show?
Yes, because I think they'll go back in this. But Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, said they're not going to do any Star Wars movies on Disney Plus. They haven't said that about Marvel, but they said for Star Wars, no movies on Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like she's a great actress. Like she'd be a good lead role, but for like the character wise of what I saw from Solo, it'd be kind of weird for me. I don't know. I feel like she was just such a nefarious individual, especially at the end of that movie.
Go to Patreon. We just did a commentary track that you can get right now at the $5 tier, or in November for Disney Plus we'll be dropping it, but there is a solo commentary track coming.
Yeah, so I feel like, I don't know, like for me personally, I wouldn't want to have her not Amelia Clark, because she's great, just like that character. But I don't know what route you would go with.
Would you in your opinion just rather than create some character, like not anybody from canon, just be like, this is a new character dealing with this crime syndicate? And even if Amelia Clark is not the lead, could she be in the show perhaps? And if it's something
I think so, because like unfortunately for her, I love her a lot, but it's just that character I wasn't like the most attached to. So whether they do introduce, do you think it would be from like the point of view of the Crimson Dawn, or like someone who's kind of in the middle, kind of like Woody Harrelson's character, like obviously not that character, but someone who's kind of in the middle?
Yeah, bounty hunter, sort of scoundrel. It's kind of tough because this is also spanning off. It's almost like the Obi-Wan thing. That was supposed to be a movie, now it's a series. There was supposedly a movie that they were working on called like a Mos Eisley movie to deal with crime syndicate, and apparently like why did I say Javier Bardem? Guillermo del Toro was rumored to be working on it, and it just kind of fell through. So the idea is maybe it has something to do with that. It's tough because I feel like that pitch, other than the only reason I'd want the show is to get some like live action Darth Maul action, but on that, I feel like that's kind of what The Mandalorian's gonna be. It's not gonna be like him dealing with a huge organization, but it's him in cantinas, him dealing with other bounty hunters, scummy people, like shady people. I feel that Mos Eisley show was dealing with a crime syndicate or the crime scene in Star Wars. That's kind of The Mandalorian already, so they'd have to make it very specific, and that's why I think some people have said, Darth Maul could be the protagonist. I just don't see Star Wars doing a villain-led show yet or movie. I just don't see them touching that. So that's why I'm in the camp of I don't believe this, but if it is the case, I feel like you got to make someone new and they just get wrapped up with Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
Even though I guess Amelia Clark you could set up because Kira is always trying to get out of the situation, so this could be her just trying to get away from Crimson Dawn or to take it over. So I think she's the most likely because she's a big star. Get her there for 6-8 episodes. It's her kind of V Maul, maybe sprinkle in some other characters. So I think she's most likely. But does the show excite me that much? No, but I just want to see Darth Maul, so that's where I'm kind of biased. So I don't know what route they'd go with it. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing like what The Mandalorian is all about, because if it's not so much about like, I don't know, the cantina like stuff and like the Mos Eisley just like street view. I don't know. It's hard to put a term on it, but if it's not like that, I would totally love to see a show that it's kind of like just comparing it to like Gotham, that show it's just like the city of Gotham and like the stuff that goes like on in it, or even like Sopranos, like dealing with a bunch of mob families. Stuff
exactly.
Like
but like all like on Mos Eisley, I feel like just being in like that Star Wars universe and just seeing a different side of it, I think that'd be really cool and unique if Mandalorian isn't like that. So I don't know. It's like Travis already said, it is a rumor. We don't know if it's happening or not, but I don't know. I just want something new
And I think
Star Wars, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and I think 100% you don't see Alnera as Han Solo. I think he's done with that. So,
darn.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Taylor,
I'm fine with Aldrin not being in this. I think his story was ended in Solo, and he's
his
going
story
to
didn't need to be anything.
So that's okay. But 100%, I really want this series to happen. I think Star Wars underground crime mob stuff is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it in the Star Wars video games, like Star Wars Empire War, playing as Tiber Zahn, one of my favorite crime bosses in the game, and it's just such a cool perspective of just seeing these underworld things unfolding.
You even get a little bit of that at the beginning of Knights of the Republic when you have to you can fight in the underground I don't know, cage fighting arenas but with swords, and you got this one tower which is really nice and rich, but then you go to the scummy part where there's always people trying to hold you up for money and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm down for that.
I would definitely be okay with Kira returning and being a main character in this, but as long as they introduce someone to kind of go alongside her, I think I'd really love to see Maul back in this with Crimson Dawn, and yeah, just the possibility of this being a series that actually comes to life, I think would be great. I swear I had a dream about this, and then I saw it. You sent it to me in the notes.
You're his source. You're his source.
I think this series definitely needs to happen. I think it needs to happen. Yeah, I think there's a lot of unanswered questions with Solo, and they left it on such a big cliffhanger. Obviously, they had plans for this movie, whether it was to do a sequel movie or a spin-off movie. Who knows what they were gonna do?
But yeah, it was a cliffhanger. You don't just throw Maul at the end of your movie to be like, oh, that's fun, right?
Yeah.
They definitely had some sort of plans.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to see what they do. I hope this is real. I want it to be. I think to have Ray Park back as Maul being voiced by Sam Witwer is a fantastic combination. I'd love to see Maul live action again doing some crazy stuff. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I couldn't see him being kind of a main character though. I feel like he would be.
That's just a fanboy's dream, right?
Yeah.
Get a Maul show, and he's a guy.
Yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily think of him as the main villain. Sort of just this super. I'm trying to think of someone to compare it to.
I think he would be the main villain though, because if he's running this Crimson Dawn sort of thing, because you could make him like the Emperor and be in the background, but I think there would be a face down with him, because that's the thing. You're the canon guy. When he dies in canon, he doesn't have Crimson Dawn, so that thing has to fall apart, right?
When he appears in Rebels, he's very much on his own, in exile, got his own thing. So there's a whole storyline that unfolds, what goes on, because in Clone Wars, without spoiling it for your sake, because we're not there in the Clone Wars Retro, he obviously is in Clone Wars, and he builds up.
What? We're not in that part either.
I know.
He's alive. Fuck.
He builds up this whole kind of system and everything with crime and all that, whatever. But then something happens, and then it leaves it open, and we don't know his story. Obviously, in the new season of Clone Wars, we'll get to see more of it. But then they dig into his story in Solo, and there's just so many gaps in what happens in his life post Clone Wars that I want to know these answers for, and they're not covered or explained anywhere. So I think a series would be fantastic at kind of bridging this together, because he's played such a huge role in building the underground crime.
In the movies.
Well, technically, yeah, in Solo, yeah, in the movies. But he's played he's played such a large role in building the crime organization and working behind the scenes, and I would love to see him, flushed out more on what was going on. And I think whether he is being portrayed as a main villain, that's okay, because in Rebels, he's not coming across as a villain. He's coming across as almost, to me, an anti-hero kind of at times.
He wants to kill Obi-Wan.
That's his goal, and that's very much warranted.
That's not an anti-hero goal to kill this innocent
but I mean,
Jedi.
even then, it's not even showcased throughout the first little bit that's his goal, because he doesn't even know that Obi-Wan's alive.
But he's looking for him.
He yes and no. I can't fully comment on it because I don't know all the details. But
you must think Thanos is an anti-hero, eh?
Oh yeah, he is from his perspective. But no, I think a show like this has so much potential, and I would love, if I could, I would swap out the Cassian show with this one.
Whoa, you're racist. First Spanish main character in Star Wars get his own show, and you take it away from him?
No, he's
give
got
a white woman a show? I always got Buck Taylor. I'd be with you on that. until they announced the Americans that did that show, are show running this show, and that's one of my top 10 favorite shows of all time. But before then, yeah, I would take away casting.
Which Americans?
There's a show just called The Americans.
Oh, okay.
Which Americans?
I don't know. You can ask Trump there. They're the bad ones. But no, yeah, they are really good at spy espionage, and they're doing that show. So I'm hoping why not both. But you said like, oh, this is one we need, and blah blah blah. And this is one that I really want. Is there a Star Wars show that they would pitch to you that you wouldn't take?
That I wouldn't take?
Yeah.
I would not want a Padme one. I would.
Wow,
I know.
of course.
Wow.
Are these all females you don't want?
No. I could live without a Jar Jar one.
I could live.
I could
live. Yeah, he will not take a Padme show, but he can live without Jar Jar. So that means if Kathleen Kennedy came to him and said, "Hey, we're thinking about Padme or we're thinking Jar Jar," this fucker over here would have picked Jar Jar.
Because I don't mind the character,
Just his introduction from
I definitely I would not want a full on, like, I can handle the politics in the movies because I think I enjoy it, but I would not want a full on political Star Wars show.
Okay,
I just think that'd be a little weird. I would love a clone live action
That's
movie
not what I
or
asked
show.
you. That's not. I asked you what you don't want.
What I don't want,
Yeah.
I would.
You already answered. You answered 4. Give me one more to
One
round it
more?
off for 5. Go.
I would not want a Ewok series.
Oh, I actually kind of would, to be honest, to see their daily lives, see what's
Really?
going on. Oh yeah. I take that.
But
over
you get that in Return of the Jedi. They're
No,
eating
you-
stormtroopers.
I would take that. So what were the shows you pitched? You pitched a political show, Padme, Jar Jar, and the Ewoks. Kirkland, you got to pick one of those shows. Which one you picking? That's getting
have?
made. Yeah, to getting made.
So sorry, say them one more time.
Padme, Jar Jar Binks, A Star Wars Story, Ewoks, or just a pure House of Cards Star Wars political.
I think
show.
I would have to go with Padme out of all those.
Yeah,
Padme.
Personally,
I think I'm actually on Kirkland's bandwagon, but for the meme, I'll still go Ewoks. But if Padme's gone, I'll go Ewoks. I'm sure Padme's been up to some interesting stuff.
I should rephrase about the political one. I don't want a Republic political series. If it was Imperial, I would 100% take it because Imperial politics is way better because
just
there's
full
so
fascist.
Yeah.
much. Yeah, there's so much scum and treachery going on with like Republic
You just want
politics.
Thrawn.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
But Republic
He does.
politics, it's just Palpatine waving his flappy Sith cock around, flexing new orders and stuff.
Flexing his cock. That's impressive. There you go. So yeah, that might happen. We'll keep you posted. We'll see. We got Obi-Wan. We got casting on Mandalorian coming out. Hopefully those are all good. Who knows? Mandalorian could drop in November and we go, oh, that sucks. So, but I'm hoping not. So, let's see here. Taylor, let's talk about this Battle Big Rock, a short film. I'm going to go first because I have the least to say about it, and probably I'm always the most negative. Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park. Love that movie. The trilogy is meh, but the first movie, fantastic. One of the greatest movies of all time. Jurassic World, I like, but I've liked each time less and less. Jurassic World, I think that made me lose some brain cells. I hate that movie with every fiber in my being, except for the opening and that sad dinosaur going away. This is a fun short film. It's really cool, really stylized. I think, and it is a really fun concept, especially the end credits. It just gives you these glimpses of what Jurassic World 3 is going to be, whatever it is, and it's actually Jurassic World. I'd be much more anticipated for Jurassic World 3 if this was like, hey, we're doing it in a bunch of anthology stories, and then you're going to see these adventures. My problem is Jurassic World 3 is not going to be this, so everyone's just like, oh, I'm so excited for the next one now. It's going to be Chris Pratt running around with guns, trying to lock up dinosaurs, run around the city. Yeah, Taylor's getting really excited.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that. So this short film is very good. Colin Trevorrow can be talented, but I just don't think I think this is just really good promotional material, and I think there's some really fun stuff in here. But this doesn't get me excited for 3 because he did the past 2. Well, he wrote the last one. And I just don't... The next movie, I would want this. I'd want a Jurassic Park movie where the world is taken over by dinosaurs and it's a family trying to deal like a whole movie like this spread out to an hour and a half. That's something I would want. I don't want what we've gone before of DNA testing and collars that lock them up, and I feel like that's what we'll still get. And these are like the end credits where it shows like, oh, they throw the dove and it gets eaten. I think you'll get that in the new movie, but it'll be the same fashion where it's like little clips of it. That's not the main movie. So this was fun and cool, but it doesn't get me more excited because I don't think that's what's going to be happening in Jurassic World 3.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of hit the nail on the head there. I agree with basically everything you just said. Because I feel like just from the last 2 Jurassic Worlds, I guess I should give some backstory. I really like the first Jurassic World. I've only seen it a handful of times, but I wouldn't say like I love it more and more, or I hate it like hate it more and more, but it's just kind of sitting in the same spot. Jurassic World 2, I just absolutely despise that movie. And like going into that, I was kind of maybe naive in thinking that it wouldn't be all about like DNA, like slicing and everything. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too over the top for me, so
There's a cloned human in that movie.
Oh yeah. I kind of forgot about that, so that just goes to show how like hard I was trying to like just subdue that memory in my mind. But yeah, so that happened.
Yeah.
But so yeah, just like you said though, I feel like Chris Pratt running around saving the world on his own, basically. I feel like that's what we're going to see in the next movie. And that's not what this short film was, which I actually really liked. It was a very, like you said, like kind of like artsy like look. Like he had some fun like camera play just from the beginning, where it's kind of following like, I don't know if they have names or anything, just like the dad following him into the trailer. Yeah, and then it kind of like follows him and just kind of gives an interesting like look on the layout of the battle that's about to happen. I really liked it. It just seemed very different from like what Jurassic World was and stuff. So
that feels fresh. That feels like the movie I'd want. It's the same thing when I was saying that's why I was a little hopeful, and who knows, maybe that's the case, but I said at end of Jurassic World 2, the movie I'd want is like, I literally do want Planet of the Apes where the dinosaurs have taken over Earth again and we have new technology, and see what that would be. And that's what I liked. Like this short was stuff that you should be doing, but I think maybe that just doesn't appeal to the way the last one was a big hit, but then the first one broke all these records, $1 billion movie. So maybe that just wouldn't appeal to like our parents to see like a smaller, more character driven like dinosaur story, like just a survival tale. They maybe they think they want the big explosions and spectacle, right? So I get it, but as a moviegoer, I wish it was like this.
Like I feel like the Jurassic Park movies, they were like all like the first one was just so unique and just something that no one's ever really seen before. So it was just so like special in that regard. The other two, like it wasn't necessarily like that same magic because it wasn't like brand new, but like they're still good and like kind of the same recipe where they're going on the island. Whereas Jurassic World, I feel like they kind of have their formula for what they're doing, which is like that DNA splicing and kind of like using these dinosaurs as like a weapon. And I feel like we're just going to see more of that in the new Jurassic World.
They confirm that's not, though. They said no more.
Oh, yeah. No more, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, no more evolved. But the problem is there's still the ones from the past.
No more hybrids.
No more hybrids. That's what it is.
Yeah, like no more new hybrids.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, who knows what's going around?
Okay, I'll take back what I said if that's the case in the film. I'll hold on to it for now. But I don't know. Okay. So just going back to the short film, I did really like the little short snippets of the little girl running away from like the little dinosaurs and like the pterodactyl at the wedding. Like it's just unique things that you don't really think about when you're watching like a Jurassic World movie, because it's just these big events that are going on, not necessarily like everyday things like whether they're camping in the woods and dinosaurs just kind of
they're always
on them.
Secluded areas too, right? Like parks or like this. For some reason, the last movie just took place in a fucking house the whole movie, but you know.
Yeah, so because this was really cool and unique, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
If for somehow they pull off and the next movie was more of this, then I would be happy. I just don't have that. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt yet after that last one. So, Are you excited though? Before you get into the short film, Taylor, they're not rumors, but people are speculating that Alan is going to come back as a.
Oh, I know. Bryce Dallas
Dr.
Howard
Grant
put out she was in an interview. I think I can't remember for what other movie it was.
I was going to tell this whole story, but he just took
go for it.
Continue.
Tell me.
No, you've taken it over. It's fine.
It's your movie.
Is this the same story?
You're executing your white privilege. Go ahead.
Is this the same story?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, go ahead. I worked for something and you just took it.
I'm not actually like full on white. I am like
quarter
Chinese. So.
He's a quarter Chinese. He's 5% French. He's 8% Russian. Anytime,
I don't know about the Russian.
I'm sure in a month you're going to tell us you're Mexican or Spanish too. Anytime, like every year, he's like, "Did you know? Like I'm also Filipino." And it's like, I don't think you are, Taylor. But he's just making this stuff up.
DNA test.
You've never. We tell you all the time. Show us. You're like, I will, and then you never show.
I will.
Us.
I'll get you those results.
Oh, all right, Maury. Tell the Alan story.
Yeah, so Bryce Dallas Howard was in an interview, and she was asked, could we see like, Alan Grant or Laura Dern, these characters return, and I think the guy said something like, blink if they're not in the movie or something like that, and she was, blink if they're in the movie. I think she was blinking.
She was bleeding. She's trying not to blink, and her eyes start bleeding. This interviewer loses his job. He made Bryce Dallas Howard bleed in an interview, and I thought wasn't Sam Neill sitting there with her? I thought they were doing promotion for a different movie. And they were together.
It was. I don't know if he was there. No.
I swear he was, because I was there. Maybe I did get a different story where he was asked and he just kind of wouldn't commented on anything like that. Like he played coy, and that to me is like that's the eternal answer. Like, oh, this fucker's in it.
It could be. I think they must have been different interviews, because when I was watching, it was just her on the screen, and she was standing there, and she was like,
were you the interviewer?
I was. Yeah, I was there.
I'm gonna make your eyes bleed. Call me Saya, Ruben. Call me Saya.
I honestly, at this point, I think it's for sure gonna happen. Like that's my prediction right now. Is we're gonna see.
We had Jeff
Neill.
Goldblum, right?
Ooh, so bold prediction.
Now we need Sam Neill.
Do you think he's in it the same amount Jeff Goldblum was in the last movie?
It's possible. I just, as long as he's in it, I'm okay. Like
I want him to be fully in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be the main
want
character,
him to be in it.
but I want them to have like the old crew and the new crew together. Get rid of that Justice Smith kid.
Like Days of Future Past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want that. Kill Justice Smith the first 5 minutes. He is Detective Pikachu. He'll be fine. But yeah, get the old crew, the new crew, put them together, bring Jake Johnson back. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I definitely want the OG crew. I'm doing a Jurassic Park marathon with my family right now, and we just finished 3. So it's just so good to see Sam Neill. The way he is as a character in the Jurassic Park movies is so good.
Those raptor eggs.
Oh.
What did you
Billy.
do?
Fucking Billy. It's a bad.
Bring Billy back. That's what I want to see.
No,
And that parachute.
He has too much PTSD. He's gonna be walking the street corner. He'll see those pterodactyls. No,
He was at the wedding.
monster! Oh. So what do you think? When you do this marathon, are you and your family gonna end it by watching the short together?
We'll probably watch the short as well. Yeah, I think we have to, because this short is now like a year after the events of Fallen Kingdom.
I just imagine you with your family, and you're like forcing them to watch these movies. Like they're trying to leave. Like, no, you guys gotta watch the short.
Only 8 minutes.
No, well, for me and my sister, like we grew up on Jurassic Park. Like that was like our jam.
How'd you get
as
out?
Kids? Huh?
How'd you get out? It's just a bad dad joke. Move along.
I respect that. That was a good one.
It's like Alan's best joke in Jurassic Park when they're checking if the fence is electrified, and he touches it and he goes, "Oh!" But it's not. And he just scares the kids. Such an asshole, but it's great.
What
do you think about the short?
The short, I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. I didn't know what to expect, and I was scared of what might happen.
Why were you scared?
Did you think
I don't know.
family was gonna die or something?
No, I was just scared of I'm hoping that it is something good, because I'm afraid I wanted people to be able to enjoy it and like it.
So
That's
you were
what I
just
was
scared of the
of.
reception.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You weren't scared for you personally.
No,
you love all the Jurassic Park worlds.
I do. No, it. I had no idea this was coming out, and every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll always Google Jurassic World and see what new stuff is coming out.
This is notorious. He said this on a few casts. There was one time he said he was doing this for a sequel, and he's just like, and it never came. Do you do the same thing for Sky High?
No, not for Sky High. No, I do it usually.
That's why you should get Twitter. You can get like the latest stuff tweeted and stuff.
No.
Just make a fake account.
No, the fake account. I'll get weird
Taylor
invites
Field
and stuff.
fan page. That's what you should
Exactly.
make.
Fan page, yeah, for all the people can follow it.
All your exes.
Oh God, yikes. But no, I think I remember I googled Jurassic World, and I happened to have stumbled upon Battle of Big Rock, and I was like, wow, this is great, because usually the only thing I get was like Jurassic World 3 is happening. That's like the header. It's been like that for the past
Every
like
2 or
4
3
months.
weeks when you Google, that's all it says.
It's just his post from Facebook. Jurassic World 3's happening.
Oh, thank God.
It's still happening.
But yeah, when I finally saw this, I was like, wow, what is this? This is super cool. I love the promotional poster, "Do Not Feed Wildlife," with like the T-Rex cross symbol on there. I thought that was great, and I was just like, okay, I need to know more about this. And I was like, wow, they did this in secret. It's a year after the events of Fallen Kingdom, and yeah, I was just super excited. And then when it aired, I thought the aesthetic was fantastic. I loved how it felt like, okay, this is, out in the open. They're camping, and you can just tell something's going wrong because people are running. They're all in the trailer, and then you see, I think it's the Noceratops, I think, the baby and the mother come up or whatever, and
Yep.
super cool. And then the Allosaurus like roars and comes in, and I love the perspective. Like it was kind of jokey. Like it felt like a Discovery Channel thing where the dinosaurs just walk into real life, and the family's just like, "Whoa, look at this!" when everything's fine.
They're just watching it.
They're just watching. Yeah, it feels like one of those like little kid like dinosaur shows or whatever, where they're watching dinosaurs in real life. But anyway, so
shout out to Dudley.
Dudley the dragon?
Yeah, he's a dragon. Fuck. No shout out to Dudley. Do you guys remember that episode?
They must be cousins.
Probably. Do you guys remember that episode with he fought like the poison toxic guy and he's like a skeleton?
This is very
It's
like
really
accurate.
scary.
Have you watched this lately?
No, but it just singed in my brain.
No.
We'll do a commentary track.
What are you guys talking about?
Dudley the Dragon. You don't know what it is?
I'll Google.
Yeah, it was like a kid show back in the day, but it was like Barney where he was dressed up as a dragon, but like more serious.
Like live action?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, probably not then. I avoided
so
those.
good.
He was teaching life lessons, and one of them was about poison. Yeah.
I met Dudley once. I don't know if it was the Dudley the dragon, but
did he look like a dragon? Or
I got pictures of me standing next to Dudley the dragon.
Oh,
Please
yes.
post those on the Geekverse Facebook
I'll see if I can find.
or this weekend at least. I don't believe
Dudley.
though that you met the real Dudley.
I don't know.
I don't think it was the guy acting it, but continue with
Who's the guy in the tree?
Oh, the tree guy! I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yeah, retro.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the show is great. I loved, as I said, the family's just watching this unfold, and then I really liked how it was gory because I'm thinking, I hope this baby doesn't die, because it's like the Allosaurus like grabs it and like shakes it around, then it drops it, then it runs off, and I'm so glad like that fatherly like Noceratops just runs in and like defends, and then the family's like, oh, it's okay, like the Allosaurus won't be able to fight like all of them together, and then they back away, and then the freaking baby cries, just babies sometimes just they're gonna get you killed.
That's what the doctor said to me after Logan was born. Babies, they're gonna get you killed.
Good
luck.
It was so freaky when the Allosaurus turned to face them and then like knocked the trail over, and which I love because that's like, to me, I took it as a huge nod to like Jurassic or Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, when the trailer gets flipped on the cliff, and I loved it when you just see through the glass the teeth of the Allosaurus, and it slowly just starts like pushing through the glass. Like again, it felt like a great nod to Jurassic Park 1 when the T-Rex is smashing through the top of the vehicle, but again done very differently, but in a very scary tone, and the baby's just hanging there and it can't do anything except cry, and this thing's getting closer.
Not supported neck.
Yeah, not at all.
That is concerning for an infant.
Oh, but it was so scary, and I love how the family that gets the kid out just in time, and they're hiding in the back, and like this is getting like intense, and I love that the little girl shot the crossbow. I think that was fantastic. It felt like, again,
It's just Alan
like,
on a motorbike.
It's Alan, yeah.
No shirt on.
Come with me. Come with me if you want to live.
It felt like a Jurassic Park kind of thing. I love the memes because I've been seeing these memes of like got a dinosaur problem, and it's got like arrows and things or whatever. It's so many good memes, but
that was really underwhelming what you just told us there. I got arrows and things. And especially because like I feel like this is just you and your Jurassic Park groups, because I think Kirkland can attest, I've seen 0 Battle of Big Rock memes.
You haven't seen any Battle of Big Rock memes?
I've not.
Don't show me. Don't show me. No, he's showing us the memes. Oh no. Let's see. I need to show it to the camera. I'll describe it to the listeners. So what is this? It says got dinos, and it should. This is so stupid.
It's so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love my Jurassic Park groups. They're much friendlier than the Bionicle groups. I fucking tell you that.
You got banned. Yeah. In the group chat, I also sent you the guy from the Poison episode and Dudley, just so you know. Is that everything on Battle Big Rock?
No. So
We're just getting started.
Yeah. Be longer than Endgame, folks.
So yeah,
That's scary.
is he scary?
Oh yeah.
Can't remember him. That's fucking
Show the camera. Show the camera. This is on a kids' TV show, and it was to deal with like poisons and stuff like that, and toxins. Creepy guy.
Kid shows are crazy back then.
Yeah. So, anyways, Battle Big Rock.
Yeah.
continues.
So I love how the Allosaurus gets shot in the head, and like it's alive though because it's got thick skin, so it wanders off or whatever, and the people get out, and I just think it's great because it sets up that tone, and the Lost World score kicking in was so good. It sets up that tone, though, of like, okay, yeah, this is Jurassic World. Dinosaurs are living amongst people and stuff. And even how it started, I really liked how they were saying, like, oh, the first dinosaur to be born on U.S. soil or something like that. And I'm amazed how there's no one going around killing these things, because I feel like the government would actually take action.
There probably is.
I can guarantee there's 0 dinosaurs in Texas. They probably are all.
Oh, there's memes of that too. There's like, and even
shouts out to Texas.
Oh, what was that movie? With Simon Pegg, and he was like a cop. What was that movie called?
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz. There's a meme of that. It's like dinosaurs in Texas, and it's got the guy's like shame, and he's loading up a shotgun. It's so good.
I think they'll probably deal with that there will be people hunting dinosaurs. I think they're just like getting it on and putting more dinosaurs out into the world.
Yeah, it goes to show that like the dinosaurs obviously were fixed in the sense where they can't reproduce asexually. They reproduce, by having sex with others of their species.
Thanks for that explanation for the viewers. So if any 8-year-old little Jimmys are out there, you now know the difference between asexual and stuff like that. I think dinosaurs will be getting it on, so that can happen.
Oh, they're getting it on. Yeah. Oh yeah, it
I
was
hope
cool
so.
too because the Allosaurus that we saw in this. I remember reading an article, and the article was complete bullshit because it was like we've never before seen an Allosaurus in like any of the movies. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It was in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, but they were juvie ones. They were juvenile ones, so it was cool to see a full-grown one.
They're juvie.
What if it's the same one?
Yeah.
It could be. It could be one of the. Well, obviously, it's one of the ones from Jurassic World that escaped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We all know that.
But I just feel like considering in Lost World, you have those hunters like that have like the shotgun rifles, and he was about to pop the brain in the T-Rex. I feel like there's gonna be tons of those trigger happy guys.
You totally reminded me too how Fallen Kingdom ended, and I just got triggered. They just released them all into the world. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know
Fuck
with
that
this
movie,
when it happens, I'm not gonna tell Taylor if I like it or not. Tell her I'm just gonna be quiet and just sit there and enjoy the movie, and then
sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that this is just fantastic for a short. I love seeing those end clips of like the birds being released and the pterodactyls just chowing down on them, and the mosasaur jumping out and eating the great white. Like that's probably the scariest thing for me is the mosasaur, because like even at that end scene of Jurassic World where it shows the surfer surfing and the mosasaur like in the water, like deep sea like dinosaurs are fucking terrifying. Like those are like. I think Ruben has a massive fear of whales, and I don't have.
No, Saya, don't put on the whale costume again. No, don't show me the whales, do-rod or not. Don't show them to me, please. Saya, I'll do anything. I'm going to say it next time. I'm going to call him Saya, and he's going to have no idea what I'm talking about if he's on 24-hour stream.
Oh. But yeah, no, he really hates whales. It terrifies him. I send him whale pictures all the time, but for me, it's like massive sharks are really freaky. But I spend so many like minutes looking at pictures of these giant underwater dinosaurs from back in the day, because they're just. It's so cool to know like these things actually existed. This isn't some like thing like Dudley the Dragon or something like that.
Hey, he's a real fucking guy. So is that Toxin dude as well. He's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the villain in the Young Avengers. Don't do drugs, kids. He has like a really creepy voice too.
He had a gold tooth too. In that photo you sent.
Yeah,
gold tooth.
It's rotten. It's
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it is or not.
Probably.
But yeah, I think people need to see this. Need to see this short.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it's just. It does a great job setting up that aesthetic, which I'm hoping that they carry over into Jurassic World, because the end of Fallen Kingdom kind of tried to set that up with the mosasaur and the surfers and like the T-Rex going into like the lion's like zoo habitat and like roaring at the lion. So that lion's fucking dead, I can tell you that. But it's just that was like the start of it, and now this show has kind of branched it off. And obviously now we know that this movie is going to be probably like a year after, at least a year or 2 years after Fallen Kingdom, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what else they do.
I will say it was cool seeing just, like, as opposed to a trailer or a teaser trailer, just this type of, like, promotional, whether that's the purpose or if they just wanted to put it out as a short film. It was just cool because nowadays, whenever you're expecting a dinosaur movie, you really just expect the next Jurassic World with some, I know they confirmed it, but for me, I'm just just tainted my vision on dinosaurs after those hybrids. So
hybrids.
Seeing something kind of fresh for me, I thought it was cool. It definitely brought back some Jurassic Park, like the OG vibes. Just I don't know, just something old but new. So that was cool.
If anyone wants to check out that Totally Dragon episode, it's called The Dragon and the Toxin, just so you know. Okay, let's see here. Trailers. Did you guys watch those Terminator and Doctor Sleep trailers?
I found a cool video game coming out for the Terminator.
Oh, right. Yeah. So what do you think about the movie Terminator trailer? It was a few weeks ago, but we're catching up because we haven't done a newscast in a while, so that's why we're talking about it.
I wasn't sure actually if you were talking about the movie or the video game because I realized that the newest trailer was 3 weeks ago. I was like, man, we haven't done a newscast in a while.
Yeah.
So this trailer, I liked it a lot more than the last trailer for the first like majority of the trailer. I just found, I don't know, I feel like this might just be a pet peeve with me, but I just don't like nowadays when I'm getting like too much revealed in trailers and it's just too long because I don't know, I was really digging what I was seeing at the beginning of this. Just seeing a little bit more of just that world, the Terminators kicking ass, and just like the creepy vibe that it was setting you in, like all like the skeletons and stuff. I just thought all that stuff was really cool. And then Sarah Connor, that's her name, right? The old
Connor.
Yeah. So just I don't know her interaction with whoever this. I don't really know too much about Terminator series, but I'm assuming this new girl is like a half or something.
She's a cyborg apparently or something. I don't know what that is, but you know.
It was kind of cool seeing like her interaction with that, but I don't know when it was. Maybe when it was like Arnold came into the trailer. I was just like, man, I'm kind of out of this now. It was just such a weird like turn where I was so into the trailer and then for some reason I was just like, oof, I don't know.
He's supposed to be the selling point. He's the Terminator, you know.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know.
Didn't work on Kirk.
No,
Outsold him.
It's just weird because like when I think of Arnold and Terminator, I think of like 80s Arnold, and then when I just see him as like an old man, you know, he's just totally retired or like.
Hey, he's still more jacked than you.
Absolutely is.
Yeah.
He would kick my ass.
Yeah.
But
you speak ill about my friend Dudley.
Would you prefer the CGI'd Arnold from Terminator
I don't think
Salvation?
so. I think this one's. Again, like this is just me and my lack of Terminator knowledge, but I don't really know how he got into this cabin in the woods or anything.
Well, we don't know that either.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because this is a sequel.
I figured I was
90s.
missing something.
Yeah. It's like Halloween. They're doing a sequel to the 90s and 80s one. They've ignored all those other ones that have happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just a sequel to the first two.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so like this point in time, I'm more of just like curious than excited or worried going into it, but I gotta say, whether the trailer was too long for me personally, I am more excited for the movie now after watching this compared to the first trailer.
I got a question for you.
Absolutely. Lay it on me.
I read an article that James Cameron said that this could be shaped up for a trilogy. How do you feel?
Is Arnold in all three movies?
3 cabins, 3 Arnolds.
I will let you know how I feel about that after seeing this movie.
The last series was also supposed to be a trilogy.
Which series was that?
Terminator Genesis.
Well, how many movies came out with that? 2?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
Because they did
mistaken.
Terminator 3, that didn't go to the grades, and they did Salvation with Christian Bale, that didn't go to the grades, and then Genesis.
Genesis. I thought Christian Bale was in that.
No, he's in Salvation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really wanted to do a retro before, but we just don't have the time because it's very convoluted. But then
would that include the TV series?
I would love to do that, but I would have said no. But we're not doing it. So, but
is it animated?
No,
live action.
Yeah, the
really?
Sarah Connor Chronicles. Lena Headey, who plays what the hell is her name?
Right?
Cersei. Yeah, she's plays Sarah Connor in the TV show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I might have to look into that. When did this come out?
Years ago. Wasn't
Early mid 2000s, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
on Fox.
what?
Yeah, it got canceled too. Yep.
Interesting.
I don't know about this movie. The good thing is, not the good thing is, but we'll probably, if we review it, it's going to be a little late because it happens the day before our 24-hour stream, and that's also the same day Luigi's Mansion comes out. So that's kind of a big no from us, or at least for me. That shows like my hype for Terminator. I love those first 2 movies. I think those are in top 100 for greatest movies all time. I honestly do. They're both, one's a horror, one's a heavy action, but Luigi Mansion all the way. And this just like, we've seen all this before, unfortunately. I think this could be all the stuff before, but in a better movie. But it's like her being a cyborg. We saw it in Salvation with Sam Worthington. Him being an older Terminator. They did in the last movie where it's like, oh, he still ages because it's like human skin, so it ages. And I think they're going to do that again. And in every movie after T2, it's always been like, we stopped Judgment Day, but they found a way to make it happen again. And it's like, that's kind of always the same plot in every Terminator movie. That's why I liked the idea. I liked the movie Salvation a lot more than other people. I liked the idea of seeing, okay, if Judgment Day did happen and them being in that future with the robots having to deal with them, I liked that idea more than the trying to stop Judgment Day, because it's just kind of the same thing over and over. I like Tim Miller. He directed Deadpool. Anyone should know I'm probably the biggest Mackenzie Davis fan in the world, but I just I will see this. I'm really hoping that the the reviews, once we start hearing from critics, are a lot better than these trailers. And the trailers are not awful, but they're not making me hey, I need to see this the night before the stream. I need to lose some sleep. I need to do a review. I want to still do all that, but it's not hooking me in so far. I like that one moment when the Terminator is like being the new ones being held by all those guards and he's like just spiking people. That's really cool. But yeah, I don't know. It just something doesn't feel exactly right to get me overly hyped. Not yet, at least.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy the Terminator. My cousin Dylan is like, I remember back in the day.
You and Dylan are cousons.
Yeah, apparently.
You're just telling us now after 5 years.
Yeah.
Dylan doesn't know yet.
No, he doesn't. He will, though. But yeah, my cousin,
What does that mean?
He will.
Though.
No, sire!
Very sinister way of saying it.
He will, though.
Yeah.
Some jigsaw-like
You'll
reveal.
get his.
Yeah.
But yeah, my cousin, he was super big into Terminator. Me and him used to get in like there's like mini debates of like, okay, who would win, Predator or Terminator? And
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I looked into it, and Predators actually have resistance, or Terminators have resistance to plasma weapons, which is what the Predators use, plasma casters. So we looked into it and did a bunch of research.
I was gonna say I would have picked Terminators.
Yeah.
Especially I have to revisit
I feel like
that.
these new Terminators have kind of evolved.
Especially T2, the T1000, where he can like liquid metal himself.
Yeah.
Predator can't stand up to that.
It depends. I gotta do my research.
The Predator couldn't even stand up to humans in the last movie.
What was that show, Deadliest Warrior? Let's get these two guys on Deadliest Warrior.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, I think Terminators. I like it. I like Terminator Salvation. I own that, just regular DVD.
I own it on Blu-ray.
Oh,
Blu-ray.
Get shit on, kid.
That's honestly, it's because Christian Bale. I watch Christian Bale on anything. Even if he murdered my entire family, I'd be like, well, it's Christian Bale doing it, so it has to be pretty good, right?
How?
Just a joke. And I meant like my family previously, not the wife and kids. They're staying alive. The rest, mom and dad, sorry, you gotta go. Bale's bloodthirsty.
Like the new Avengers, you have your new family.
I got the young family.
Yeah, the young family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
they also call me Saya.
Terminator fucking Sire. Oh my god.
You know what? I'm changing my name to the Geek First
Sire.
group chat is Saya. I just want to be called Saya.
Saya.
You're just like that Egyptian leader, you know.
Taylor.
But yeah,
more on Big Rock.
Terminator 2, I think, is definitely my favorite. I like the original Terminator just because it's original, and
fuck you, asshole.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's so good in that movie.
What are you doing in there, skin a cat? Fuck you, asshole.
Travis is dying over here.
I love Arnold.
I love it like in the Terminator movies when Arnold always appears, because I love that first little bit, and it's just, I remember we had a project in school where our teacher, or
like what school era?
Right now.
Okay.
Right now, school era.
I was picturing like little Jimmy era.
No. It was for Terminator 2. We had to basically
really dark stuff. I'm gonna put on these glasses, and you gotta hide in the classroom. You're gonna find me. Okay, little Taylor.
Oh God.
Okay, we're gonna kill the lights.
Yeah. Yes, Saya.
Yeah. You remember in the beginning of the movie when all the Terminators get transported to Earth and they're naked? That's why I'm naked, Taylor.
Oh dear. All right.
Oh God. Yikes.
We're veering off to the right.
Far right.
Get us back on track.
So yeah, basically our project was we had to take the scene in Terminator 2 when Arnold appears and walks into the bar, and we had to basically add like text to it as he's talking. So we rewatched that scene so many times. I know Travis is losing over here. But I love that scene when he appears and just he goes into the bar and like the guy like shit talks him or whatever and like goes to hit him and he's not even fazed by it, and then he gets in that huge fight and he like puts on the clothes and everything and he goes. I love this because the music is playing
Bad
and it's
to the
like
bone.
yeah, bad to the bone. He walks out and that guy like comes up with a shotgun behind him and he like turns around. And it's like bad to the bone, and he's like slowly walking, and the guy's firm, like holding his shotgun, but you don't see Arnold phased at all, and he just goes up and he just grabs the shotgun out of the guy's hand, and the guy is just this total fucking pussy now. and Arnold like takes his glasses and puts them on.
Where's the story going?
I don't really know.
He's supposed to be talking about the trailer, and you're just reciting scenes from Terminator 2 and talking about what happened to you in grade 1 with your teacher, Mr. Stiff.
Oh, Mr. Stiff. Oh, that was his closet name.
What do you think about this trailer?
The trailer.
I love newscasts.
There are 2 trailers, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the last one, the
last
newest one.
Right? I just feel like both of them were like exactly the same. There was a plane
No,
scene.
they were so different.
Yeah.
Were they?
They're the most
Yeah.
different trailers of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember the plane scene and the Arnold popping out. This chick.
Did you watch it?
I don't think
I
he did.
It was,
No,
in
he didn't.
it was definitely in theaters to one of the movies I saw.
How does the
lately.
trailer start? So you didn't rewatch it before the cast?
I totally spaced.
Oh, great.
But no, the
Only the highest content here. He'll talk about half an hour for Big Rock, but Terminator
And
nah.
T2. We'll
He's
do a
just-
breakdown for T2.
He's just gonna describe you a movie instead of the trailer.
Oh.
You know he was doing that to be like, okay, Kirkland talk about 5 minutes, Travis talk about 5 minutes. I'm gonna talk about 5 minutes, but I'll talk about T2 since like I talk the same amount of time. But when they call me on the trailer, oh fuck.
Oh. No, I really like this new Terminator. I don't like the idea that they're using like a copycat of like was it Sam Witwerth or what's
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington's Terminator? Yeah, because it's just another cyborg. And I don't like how this Terminator chick is like, I have the whole world on my shoulders. I know what I'm doing. I just feel like it's kind of like, well, I need to know more of your story, and I really want to know like
yeah.
who is this new Sarah Connor chick that she's defending? Because I'm like, okay, if the Terminators are targeting her, then like it must be very important because John Connor is alive in this, and I know that they targeted his lieutenants.
I don't think John
and-
Connor's alive in this.
You think he's dead in this timeline?
They are bringing the guy that played John Connor back, Edward Furlong. I think he is dead, and I think that woman. That's what I worry is that woman that they're after is the same thing where she's pregnant with like the next Messiah. But I think that'll be the twist of this movie. That in every movie it's about saving John Connor or his mother. John Connor will be dead.
Yeah, I could see that because they're definitely going for like a heavy like woman kind of thing in this movie. So I could see them maybe just kicking the guy out.
The original Terminator 2 movies were heavy women. The main character of the film was both women.
Yeah, but that time they're really like gonna put their foot down by killing the John Connor. So, and that's okay. That's totally fine. I do think though that if they do kill John Connor, as unfortunate as that is, like I do wonder like okay, like what then timeline does this create? Because obviously they needed to kill him to like change the war, and they couldn't kill him, so they started killing his lieutenants, but then it didn't end up making a difference. So I feel like
my idea is so they're going off T2. Remember they stopped Judgment Day in T2, right?
Yeah.
So my idea is that to get to Judgment Day, they were going to try. So that didn't happen, or they won. They were going to kill John Connor, but because they won in T2, that created a new timeline, and that's why John Connor dying doesn't really matter that much anymore because they already stopped one crisis, but there's another crisis with this person's child, or not even maybe she's not even pregnant. Maybe it's just her in general. She has something going on that'll stop. Judgment Day V2.
That's the nice thing about Terminator because you can say all the movies are canon with like every different alternate timeline.
Technically, yeah.
So there's
Time
there's
travel.
no wrong, time travel.
Time travel.
Time travel.
I feel like I gotta rewatch these movies because I
Just,
feel
well-
like I'm missing something. Do I just gotta watch the first two?
For this one, I'd say
Yeah.
if you're interested to watch the other ones, Terminator 3 was like it was like they
So good.
They were it was in like this. They all were like Taylor said in the same continuity in their time travel, but the other ones you don't need to watch.
Which one
Just
was
and
like
two.
the female Terminator where she's like naked?
3.
At the oh, okay.
Yeah. They're all naked at the beginning.
Yes,
As Taylor's
yes.
teacher, Mr.
That
Stiff
Terminator
taught
was
him.
pretty awesome, and it's great because Arnold, he goes to Sarah Connor's grave in Terminator 3, and
he pulls out her whole casket.
Yeah, but he pulls her out, but it's all
so
guns.
Badass.
There's no body in there. It's all fucking guns. And I think he puts John Connor like in the coffin and is just walking around with his machine. There's memes of that.
Oh, it's so good. He's carrying it like this.
It's so good.
It's not the worst movie ever, especially at the ending. Like Judgment Day actually does happen. And that's kind of fun to watch. And I think other than Genesis, they all have good stuff. Genesis was a slog after that. Jai Courtney and Emily Clark. It was tough, and they reveal the biggest twist in the trailer that John Connor was a Terminator in this movie, but they revealed it in the trailer, so that really sucked.
Yeah, they did the Mary Jane effect.
Fuck that. I hate that effect. It's my least favorite effect.
That is awful. Talking about least favorite effects, maybe Taylor feels this way about the Birds of Prey poster. There's no much talk about this. There's rumors that we might be getting a trailer with Joker. So what do you guys feel about this poster? And what is your hype level going in this movie? Obviously, we haven't seen a full-on trailer. We just saw that like 30-second teaser, but Taylor, let's start with you.
You posted the poster to the group chat, and I really liked it. Like, especially like in the teaser trailer that we got. I love what they did with the title. I think it's fantastic how they just subtly slipped in like the weapons like into the actual font itself. I think that's brilliant. And that being said, like I love the poster of Harley Quinn. I think it's great, and I get like I'm not totally like a huge fan of the poster by having her face kind of covered with the other characters with wings, but I get it. They're going like to emphasize their flamboyant personalities of the characters.
Well,
at
that
least in the
and
movie.
I think the other thing is supposed to be like, you know, in cartoons when characters like bonk their heads and they're like,
and I wish maybe shrink her down a little bit, like Harley Quinn a little bit, and make then space them up more around her head, but it felt a little weird covering her face up with them. It felt like a little bit out of place. But then again, like I like the poster, it's okay, and I like the aesthetic and the color and everything. Like I'm super excited to see this movie. I'll see anything with Ewan McGregor in it.
I bet that's a lie.
A lie?
You've seen every movie that he's put on the.
No, I said I'll see anything with him in it.
No, I know. So when did that start? Probably the prequels, right?
Oh yeah, I was a young chap.
Okay,
back
so
then.
did you see The Impossible with him and Tom Holland?
No, but I want to.
Okay.
Exactly. He didn't say that he.
I didn't even know this was a movie. But I didn't say I have seen every movie.
No, you said you'll see. This is why I asked. You said you'll see anything with Ewan McGregor, and I said when did that start? And you said with the prequels. The Impossible came out after the prequels.
He didn't know though.
What?
Taylor didn't know.
But he saw a preview for it at some point in his life. I went, I'm gonna skip that one.
I don't think he said that.
I don't know. Not that I can remember. Like I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith like in theaters, but that's one of my early Star Wars memories.
The Impossible came out like 4 years ago.
I'm trying to defend you, Taylor. You're not helping my case.
Defend me. I'll stop talking.
Is that it with your breakdown? Want to tell us more about T2?
Yeah, T2.
Anyway, so this poster, Taylor can think, unless you guys.
I got something. Yeah, there were these. There is this meme that someone posted,
no.
and these people.
Did you
These are Birds of Prey meme.
Yeah, these people were trying to justify. They posted pictures of like how the characters should look, and then they posted the characters of like how they look from the poster, and I'm like, okay, this is unjustified because this is like. You're taking their most flamboyant, crazy, emphasized photos and comparing it to probably the most badass photos of them from the comics, which is totally wrong. And I feel like, you're just bending a poster to your will to back up your point. And I think, just calm down, get off your high horse, and just enjoy the movie,
Who were those three characters in the meme, Taylor?
You have Black Mask. You have two other characters, which I don't know.
So how would you know that what they even look like at all in most of their comic books if you don't even know their name?
Because they weren't in their comic book form.
Yeah, in those pictures, those three.
Were they?
Yes, they were.
No, in the comic book form they were, but like in the movie form they weren't.
No, they weren't, but that's the point. You're making it sound like these are like one-off costumes they wear in the costume. Black Mask, we got a big debate of this in the group chat. Black Mask is always wearing that mask. There's sometimes it's been attached to his face. There's other times where mostly it's just a mask, but that is a synonymous look. Black Canary's look is she has very bleach blonde hair. She has tight leather, and that's why they might change up. But a tight leather outfit. There's fishnets, and the Cassandra Cain is a female. She's a woman in the comic books. They've made her a little girl in the movies. So I hate that because this is the same guy that when I said, in the Halo series they're going to take Master Chief's helmet off. He's like, no, you can't do that. The helmet has to stay on. You can't see his face. You can't see it. You can't see it. And then he'll say that for an hour, and you'll sit in the corner. So. It's the exact same because I don't think that because I'm on the bandwagon. I can put things aside differently, where I love some of the X-Men, but man, do I hate some of those fucking black leather suits they had rocking those movies. But I can still say, you know what, X2, I love that movie. Am I disappointed Cyclops doesn't look that way, or Jean doesn't look that way, or Storm doesn't look the way in the comics? I am. I wish that would be the case, but I can still set that aside. So I'm one of the most excited people for Birds of Prey. I think it's going to be huge, but I'm still disappointed that with Roman, which is Black Mass, Rome Sionis, played by Ewan, he looks a little bit, he has a white suit, but he doesn't really look like the character. They are doing this because they got a big actor. We're not going to put him in the mask. We don't want him to wear this mask. Same thing with the other characters. So I think it's fair for someone to say expectation versus reality, because these are the costumes, especially when you look at something like Endgame, where you got characters in all these costumes that are so close to comic actor or inspired by comics, where you got this, where it's just like, and I get it, they're doing a different take, that's fine. But for me, it sucks when it's Black Mask's first time. You can do that with the Joker. That's why I don't love the Joker's look in the Joker movie coming up. I don't like the blue and the red, but I like it because it's something different. We've seen all these different versions. If it was the first time, I go with the classic. So that's the thing that sucks. You could say, oh, they are changing it up. But for me, I don't like that because we don't get to even see the classic looks of these characters right away. Maybe we'll get to that, but I don't like that thinking because, like, look at Power Rangers. They get the suit at the very end. Oh, yeah, we're going to see them all in Power Rangers too. Guess what? That movie's not happening anymore. I don't like that. Let's give them the suit at the end because you don't know if there's going to be a second one. Go all out, you know? So I think you are just being a judgy, like, look at these DC people. It's not them in their most, like what did you say? Like, over-advertised form or whatever. Flamboyant. Yeah, it's not. That's what they usually look like in the comic books, and they don't look like that in the movies.
I just don't like DC fuckboys with an eye. You know, they're all over the place.
But that's not a fuckboys thing. How is it? Same thing for you. So what happens if they come out and they announce, you know what, in Master Chief series, he's not going to wear his helmet at all? Not once. Wouldn't you be a little disappointed as a hardcore Halo fan?
No, because it's in the movie and not the game, so I'd be okay with it.
I feel you're changing your argument because there is record proof of you saying otherwise. You said you said he couldn't take the helmet off at all. So if they announced he's not going to wear it once, you would not be disappointed. That's a lie, and Kirkland knows that you're lying.
Back then I was a very different person.
Oh, because it didn't suit your argument. It didn't suit his argument 2 months ago.
We did not have that argument 2 months
No, but
ago.
like I'm sure
this was like 2 years ago.
No, not 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was within this year because they just announced who's starring as Master Chief.
Within
So don't
the year
give me
of
that.
2019? I don't think it's within 2019.
I think so.
I don't know about that.
Uh-oh.
He's going to pull up the facts. Oh.
But yeah, I just think you are just shitting on people that are disappointed that they're not getting their comic book look.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm turning into a DC fuckboy. I don't know. Yikes!
What do you think? What do you think about the poster, Kirkland? You can weigh in on this debate of like costume, non-costume? You know, what do you think?
Okay, well, first of all, I'll start with my...
Or not. Or tell us about T2. Fuck you. April 17th of 2017, Master Chief gets cast.
2017?
Or 2019, sorry. Boom! And that's how it started, because I said, oh, they got an actor. You know they're going to show his face. You're like, no, they can't do that.
Can you confirm that I said that in that cast?
At some point, I will find a recording, because I know we talked about it. Because I know I was on the side of saying... Because I say, I get why he's not going to wear the mask the whole movie, but I can still say I'm disappointed, especially because the mask he's supposed to be getting is just like a forehead eye mask. It's like, just give him the whole fucking mask. And I don't want the last scene in the movie to be like, now it's playtime, and he puts on the mask. It's
now
like,
it's playtime.
No, it's like, just give him the mask. Who cares if he's wearing a mask at some point in this movie and it's not the full mask? What's the fucking point? I'd either say no mask at all or give him the mask. And I know some people have said like he might get disfigured. I don't care. Give him the mask. Why does he have just an eye slit mask? Let him wear the full mask. It's such a fanboy thing, but we're in 2019. That's lame. I'm still super excited for the movie, but God.
That's a good rant.
Oh my God.
That was like top-notch rant. So yeah, the poster looks good. Just weighing in on the argument of like OG costume versus like, I don't know if it's in a new movie and you have an A-list actor that you kind of want to see his face on. I understand both sides of the argument, especially if I'll just give you the term fanboy. Like if you've been following like the comics and you've grown to love that character, then you're finally going to see him in a movie. And yeah, I understand if you're a little bit disappointed, but I also understand from like a movie maker point of view. It's like we got to show them like Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor. Mm-hmm. You know, he's a good looking guy. I want to see like the way he can act with his face and stuff. It just like for me, I'm not too fazed by it because I'm not too attached to that character. But I do understand some people may be frustrated with it. I totally agree with you, though. I like if they do the mask, not be like, let's make it a small mask so we can still see his face.
Yeah, that's where I'm fine with me in the middle. If they say, you know what, for 75% of this movie, he's going to have his mask off so we can see Matt Kylo Ren style. That's fine. But anytime if he has action scenes and he has a mask on, why not go full, like just full on with the mask?
So if is it confirmed that we like he only has like a small
there's
mask?
set photos of him wearing a like eye slit mask, and then because there's like a car chase and some people theorize maybe there's a car accident or something, he gets disfigured and that's why he wears like a full mask. But like I said, I feel like that's an ending movie thing, and I just don't know when we see this character next because DC's just such a fucking mess right now. So I'm definitely biased because Black Mask is one of my all-time favorite Batman villains. So it's just like if this film, especially let's say this film, doesn't do well, let's say it's reviewed negatively and it bombs, and it's like, damn, we didn't even get the look, I'm concerned.
I was gonna, before I just now found out that there's set footage of him wearing the other mask, I was gonna say maybe like they just do like a nod to like the full mask, like he kind of has it, maybe wears it for a little bit and then not, but I don't know. I can't weigh in too much of that.
Yeah.
But overall, I like the look of the poster. I think it's just kind of like there's definitely the people. I don't know if you're in that category where you're just super hyped for this movie. You've been waiting for it for a long time. Like I'm definitely not in that category. But seeing a poster like this, it's more of just like, oh yeah, that's coming out. I'm excited to see it when it does come out because I love Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think it's just like it's up there with one of like the best castings that there is. So I'm always excited for that. And then just some of the other people that are cast in there, I'm excited for that. You know, we got John Cena in there. So, oh no, sorry, that's Suicide Squad. My bad. I'm crossing over the two. But I'm also just excited to see what the hell this movie is because I don't really know what the full plot point is. I haven't like dove fully into that, but what's the release date again? Sorry,
February.
Okay,
so it's the first comic movie of 2020.
2020.
So yeah, I'm excited just because it just looks something new and different. That teaser, like there's rumors Harley Quinn might be breaking the fourth wall in this movie, which I think could be interesting.
That teaser, was that like the animated one, or is that something different?
No, that's it. She's getting a TV show in DC Universe. The teaser, because you didn't see it because it chapter 1. Unless did you watch it on Facebook? I'm not sure, but
I don't think so.
And chapter 2, they do this teaser where they make it look like it's the opening of it, and there's the red balloons, and then Harley Quinn breaks them and says like enough fucking clowns, and it's just like
that's funny.
They use a bunch of like they use some like techno music and stuff like that. It's Off With Their Heads, that track and stuff like that, and it's just really stylized. And I recall because we watched the Facebook like numbers and stuff like that, trying to promote the brand. And I think that's the most women I've seen ever like any of our posts was that trailer. And I just think with that community and with that demographic, it's going to be huge. I'm not thinking like huge when I talk about Joker, how it's going to change comic books. I think like Guardians, where it was like a breakout hit. Even Squad was big, and I think this is going to be it. I think it's going to make like a lot of dudes mad because some people like, I'm not the guy who has a problem with Ewan McGregor wearing eyeliner and being all flamboyant. That's not my thing. I want him to stay true to the character, and I want some certain looks. But I think there's going to be a lot of dude bros that are like not
dude bros.
Oh, 100%. The Xbox Call of Duty people. No offense to that, Phil. Some of you are good out there, but just those people that got like Cheeto dust all over their Xbox controllers, they're just already. I've seen just like who even cares about this movie? It's like there's clearly going to be lots of people that care about this movie. Harley Quinn is worn every fucking year since Suicide Squad as a Halloween costume. It's a good director, so it's just like I think there's a lot of people, whether it's a female-driven thing or because it feels like it's because the rumors are Black Mask is going to be gay in this movie. He's not gay in the comic book, so I feel like there's a lot of people that if you're not really, I don't know if it's phrase it, not a fan, or you don't really help out the LGBTQ community. I feel like it's that type of crew where it's just like, forced diversity,
not
Captain Marvel, So
I feel like that's kind of like, I mean, it's another conversation, just like the vocal minority though.
Yeah, 100%.
So.
Yeah.
To all you dude bros out there that are like our Facebook page,
that's what I'm gonna change my name to, dude bro.
Just stay clear of this topic because if you start talking trash, Travis will definitely love to just string you along and just fuck you over.
Yeah, and then Dylan will be like, "You shouldn't be so hard on them. You should." I don't appreciate you being mad at those fans. I don't know. They when they're calling me like the F word and I'm just talking about them playing Xbox, I don't think it's the same thing. But you're lucky. Dylan Musk keeps me in check because that's where Facebook is like the kinder Travis. You gotta take me on Twitter where we have no account there. Oh, I'll take it a cast all day. but people just block me on Twitter. So, yeah. Oh, if you're being, I always said I will not be a jerk or asshole to you unless you're being a jerk or asshole. I'm like the law. I'm not going. You got to punch me first before I hit back. I've been in enough fist fights to know I ain't taking that first shot. So, any gaming news? Because I think that's all for movie.
Have you seen the
news.
trailer for Terminator? I'm just asking, like you specifically, Travis. No.
Yeah, I talked about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Like the video game one.
Oh no! Oh,
No,
we're talking about video game stuff. Yeah, no.
I tell you, man, doesn't even fucking watch the video.
I watched.
If you tagged me, I would have watched that.
I watched the first. So here's the thing. I watched 30 to. How long is it?
I don't know. It's like 2 minutes, but you commented saying it looks like trash. We didn't even
No,
watch.
no, I did not say trash. That is hyperbolic. I didn't watch with any sound because I was at work, and I watched 30 seconds, and I just went, this doesn't look good. It looks very cheap. And because the other thing you followed up by, you're like, oh, these are the same guys that made the Rambo game. I'm like, oh, that's a good selling point.
Did I say that?
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. And I'm like,
no, I did. In the comments?
I think so.
I didn't say anything about Rambo. That's fucking
Someone
weird.
else was jumping in your guys'
I'm
conversation.
pretty sure I didn't say that.
I'll try and go back. But yeah, I didn't watch this because I just, it takes a lot for me to play a first-person shooter, and I just think that's a cash-in game.
Yeah.
Weren't you like... Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, during E3, weren't you like trying to like promote a Terminator game? Or were you just pissed that no one used a Terminator theme properly?
No, I was pissed that we got the trailer, and then they're in Gears of War. They're in all this stuff, and no one, I think Gears did use it, but no one would use a...
Oh, I thought you wanted
the
a Terminator
Terminator
game.
No, I don't.
No,
I'm
just
not.
the music.
Give me a Terminator game, please. Oh, damn it! Another E3 and no Terminator game again, guys. So you must have been really confused. If I was wholly through, you thought I was like, I need a Terminator game, and then I got it. You tagged me. I'm like, I don't need it.
I was really confused.
You're right. It wasn't. It was the trailer that says like from the creators of Rambo. So there you go. I think I saw that though, and I was like, nope, I don't need a Rambo, Terminator, whatever. So yeah, I won't begin that game.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was interesting, especially since I was looking for a movie trailer and I got the video game trailer and I wasn't too sure if that's the one you're talking about. But
whole movie's in first person.
Definitely, it just doesn't look like the game that I would be itching to get first. Like, I'm assuming you've seen the trailer, and I don't know. It just seems it's weird because it almost seems like a not so much like AAA next gen game, like just.
It's a double A, I'd say.
Yeah, 1.5.
What? Damn it! I was gonna say that.
But yeah, it was just weird. Like the graphics seemed more of like brand new PS4 or like Xbox One, like kind of before they really were trying to get full usage out of the hardware for the new devices. So that was kind of a vibe I was getting from it, and also it just not being like the type of genre that like I'm itching to get on, kind of like a Death Stranding. So it's just totally fucking weird and out there and just so original and new. So
you getting Death Stranding? Oh wait,
I don't have much excitement for that.
It was interesting just seeing like because I'm pretty sure in that one you're a Connor because that's just
Connor.
That's just yeah that's just the theme of I guess all these games and movies. But it was like set 31 years after Judgment Day, so it was kind of like running on that theme. So something cool, and if you're itching to see the movie, you got a game to go along with it, so that's cool. But yeah.
You got the itch, Taylor?
I haven't had any itches
game,
yet.
maybe. Who knows?
So what's that?
If it's a Game Pass, who knows?
If it's a Game Pass, I'll definitely try it. I mean, why not? I mean, creators of the Rambo video game.
I don't know. You told me.
I gotta look into what this Rambo video game is.
I feel like I remember my friend playing it. I think it was extremely gory, but I think it was actually a pretty decent game. Do you have any more?
We can't all look it up. Oh, I thought you were also looking up the Terminator game.
38% of Google users like that game.
Rambo?
That's very low.
PS3
came out. 34% on Metacritic.
Nice.
Yeah, not looking the best.
It's Terminator. Oh, Terminator Resistance is the game.
Yeah.
I don't even think it has its own Wikipedia page. I think it's just on the list of.
It's coming out like November too. Like,
hold on, just in time for my birthday. It reminds me of like the World War Z game. Kinda.
Okay, it does. So here we go. So I'll give you some backstory. It's releasing December in North America, December 3rd. Let's see. Although the 6th film Terminator franchise Dark Fate is being released shortly prior to the game's release, this game does not appear to have any relation or connection to 6th film. Good job, guys. It's made by developers Tion.
Shouts out to Tion.
Yep. Games. Let's see what they've worked on. When did this Rambo game come out?
2014.
Ooh, that's what they have for their claim to fame. That's their claim to fame, and That came out 2014. Not looking good. So Taylor, what else do you got?
I'm gonna shout out some Battlefront 2 stuff. So we have in a couple of days now, the Fallujah is gonna be dropping in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm super excited to try this out. We got the Republic Commandos, which are dropping in Battlefront 2, which is super fucking hype. Just a whole bunch of stuff, and they also confirmed all of their Rise of Skywalker stuff, which will be coming post-December, which is going to be even more fantastic.
When that dropped, Taylor screenshotted it, and he said to me, "Do you think that's Rise of Skywalker DLC?" And I said, "Yes, Taylor." I think that's why there's a photo of it.
I don't remember this, but okay. Sounds
I
like
got
it
text
happened.
proof. I don't delete any text.
I'm gonna also shout out the fact that I posted this comment like backing up Battlefront 2 because this back in the day.
No. Does this need to be a cast?
Oh yeah,
topic?
this definitely needs to be a cast thing. So back in the day, there was this whole Reddit thing about Battlefront 2 being the most downvoted thing of all time, and for some reason it resurfaced again, and it broke a world record or something like that. So I voiced my opinion about how back in the day that was sure that was a thing, but now the game is completely changed.
I totally
direction.
saw the comment that you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
it got a lot of likes and just people. I don't know.
Dislikes.
Reacting to your comment.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I was trying to advocate for Battlefront 2 because a lot of people they just ride off of what it was back then and they don't actually properly know what the game is like now.
First impressions, man.
First impressions, and so I was trying to advocate.
If someone's like, "Hey, I want you before Madison," let's say you're back to single, and let's say there's oh fuck, this is gonna be a dirty one, but here we go.
Oh, he's freehanding. He's freehanding.
So let's say they're like, "Hey, there's this girl I really want you to meet. I think you'd like her," and you go on the date. But then when you're walking to the date, you see her and she's getting fucked in an alleyway, and then she meets you and she's like ready to go. And then years later, she's maybe a nice going girl. She's all nice. There's nothing wrong with alleyway sex, but that's not her life anymore. But aren't you still just going to have that image of the alley in your head like the first time you met this person?
Are you saying that I met this person for the first time and we hit it off and I stayed with her?
No. It was a blind date. You're walking the date and you look in the alley and you saw that going on and you sat down in the restaurant and she came just like, "Oh, hey, how's it
pre-date
going?"
routine.
Yeah, pre-date routine. But right away, no matter what, even a year later, if she'd changed her lifestyle, that wasn't the way it was. You'd have first impression.
Damn.
I got him. Got him.
This is similar to...
Got him.
Okay, well...
Exactly, and that's Battlefront 2. It's busy getting fucked in the alleyway, and you're like, "I'm not playing that game."
It's
I
hard
might catch something. I might get that itch.
It's hard to say because when Battlefront 2 came out, I really liked it. So in this case, it's like I saw that girl. In this case, I saw the girl getting fucked in the alley, and I was like, "Damn, that's my girl,"
That form.
Hey, more power to you. If that's how'd you meet Mom? Oh wow.
But I feel like I was very polite in my justification and stuff, and some of the responses I got was like, "Taylor, shut the fuck up, you nods, you know fucking nothing, you little snowflake." That was one of the comments, and I was very nice. I said, "Sorry you feel that way, but hey, I respect your opinion. You're entitled to whatever you want." Yeah, totally a dude, bro. I got other guys that backed me up. This other guy is like, that is the most autistic thing I've ever read. People just down
what?
Autistic is what this guy said.
What?
Autistic.
Oh, that was an insult being thrown at you?
No, he was throwing that at the guy who said I was a nonce.
Oh, I thought it's very compliment.
You said
you know what that means, right?
You said some guy backed me up by saying this is the most autistic thing I've read. I was going to tell you that's not. I don't think he meant that as a compliment.
No, definitely not. But
that's hilarious.
Oh, I love newscasts. We just get to be wild.
Oh yeah.
Reviews were nice. We're trying to stay on target, get those notes down. No, this is the fuck around game.
I've had other people too. They posted and I posted this
Didn't
to you.
Didn't someone just call you? Oh, you're about to say what they put?
Call me what?
An SJW. Well, I just posted that and nothing else.
I was gonna say someone else posted oh, it's kind of like
You ever been to an alley?
You ever seen this girl in an alley? No, I was gonna say oh, that's like saying oh, Scarlett Johansson was a full-blown man with a penis and you still slept with her. Remember that?
Yeah, what is this? Where is this going?
Someone commented in this comment section saying that's like saying Scarlett Johansson was a full-blown man and you still slept with her. And I didn't answer to that, but someone else said if Scarlett Johansson looked at the way she was, but was still a full-blown man, I would still sleep with her. Like, other people are just having conversations. Like,
is that where that came up? Because you posted.
That's where that came up.
Taylor asked me that Tuesday at 1 p.m. on a random afternoon, just like, hey, if Scarlett Johansson was a man but still looked the same way, would you do this? And it led to a conversation we're going to have on After 9, but the answer is yes on my front. But we're going to do an After 9 topic. Then it went into like, would you have sex with robots? Would you have sex with a clone with your girlfriend?
Yeah, it went
Taylor
crazy.
Was just like itching that
Well,
day.
Dylan was pushing the conversation into limits. But yeah, the guy says, if it turned out that Scarlett Johansson used to be a full-blown man,
we already talked
would you
about
be
this.
comfortable sleeping with her? Like, it's just...
You said that already.
I know, I'm just reading the like, quote, unquote.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just...
This is our newscast.
This is what we do every day, by the way.
Every
Taylor's
day.
just dropping this stuff in.
The game is good. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen,
I forgot we were talking about Battlefront.
the game, like, go play it. They've justified like how great they are now, like with all this free content. It's fantastic.
What about Terminator 2?
Terminator 2.
Is that great?
T2.
So good.
What about Terminator Resistance? That gonna be
Terminator
good?
Resistance.
Don't judge it on its first time.
If it's on, if it's not on Blair Witch, if it's on
If
Game
it's on
Pass,
Blu-ray,
if it's on Game Pass,
that's you're doing it wrong.
if it's on Game Pass, I would totally play it. But another game thing I want to shout out is I'm gonna talk to Dylan. I'd like to get more feedback from him on Blair Witch because playing Blair Witch, it's such a fucking mind fuck. Like I spent hours just going in circles.
In a good way or a frustrating way?
In a
'Cause
good
that doesn't
way.
sound fun.
Like there's certain points where it gets frustrating where I think, okay, now I have to whip up my phone because I don't know what to do. There's literally no guidance or direction of where to go or what to do, and I feel like I'm in the movie and I'm fucked. But anyways, it's got a lot of scary things. The combat could have been done a bit better, but it's got a very freaky tone. The dog
It's not a walking
cool.
simulator. You actually have combat.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You gotta speak for the fans. They can't hear your head nod.
Yeah, it's like these ghoulish demon things just pop up, and you have to shine the flashlight at them when they pop up, and your dog is barking where they are. It's interesting.
I gotta play this with you. I want to find out.
I wanted to, but
good.
Taylor never hosted a stream.
Yeah,
I
asshole.
did, but everyone's like, oh, I'm busy.
Well, you also did it 2 days after my child was born, so I had an excuse.
I swear Dylan asked about it too, and you're like, oh no, not
Yeah,
today.
well, it never happened at stream.
I was like, I'll do it Saturday, and Dylan's like, make it Sunday. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
okay,
you-
and no
and-
one ever said like I'm coming over.
And
so.
Dylan and Kirkland both voted and said Sunday.
Yeah.
I had an excuse. I
But
was
no
in the
one,
hospital.
no one ever came over. I was at home. I was
Dylan
chilling.
asked you about
But
it.
did
You're
you
like,
actually ever say, hey,
yeah.
this is the time, let's meet up?
I'm not home.
No, I thought people would just show up.
Would no time just show up on Sunday like, hey, we're here to play Blair Witch at 6 in the
Yeah.
morning? Maybe on the 24-hour stream, because I'd like to see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bring it. Xbox One.
Xbox One.
No, he won't.
Get Kyle's.
He's
Well,
in Australia.
Why don't you move your Xbox? What is this?
Ever since like I had serious HDMI problems. I was gonna play Resident Evil 7 and Ruben came over and I unplugged the HDMI and I went to plug
He
in.
saw
like,
a shadow and thought it was a whale. No!
I went to plug in like because the capture card we were using. I went to plug it in and then it totally just fucked the console up. It would not play.
What if we said if it got fucked up, the Geek First, as us a group out of our own pocket, would fund those repairs?
I'm not gonna do that. That's a waste.
Oh, they a liar.
What if I could
That's a
say I could
waste.
try and repair it?
Yeah, we
You
know a
were
guy who
trying to
knows a
repair
guy.
it?
No guarantee.
No guarantee. Oh.
What if I
Or-
said I'd let Mr. Stiff know where you live?
Mr. Stiff? I don't know. My closets are all full, so it wouldn't be that bad.
That could be taken so many ways.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, what are
But
we
yeah,
talking about?
it's
Battlefront 2.
It's a good game, but yeah, Gears of War 5. It's
Why didn't you do a review for Gears 5? I was
I
surprised.
had no time.
Okay,
I had last week of school, finals and stuff. Just no time.
Have you played it?
Cow.
I have. I played like the first few missions. So now that I'm out of school, I'm just gonna fucking grind it.
Have you played Batista?
No, I have to look more into that. I'm not sure if he's actually like a character like in the game campaign or if he's just a character you can play as in like
I
multiplayer.
think he's just multiplayer.
Multiplayer, okay. There's a whole
He says
variety.
WWE wrestling lines.
Oh,
Give
does
me
he
what
actually?
I want.
He does.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
No
fucking
way.
great.
Give me what I want. There's behind the scenes of him recording that.
That's
He
amazing.
knows
Oh my
what's up. He's a
God.
smart guy.
God damn.
Give me what I want.
The gameplay that they've just like built into with Gears 5 is just fantastic. Having like a melee like knife option now, which is great. You can like go behind cover and there's a guy walking the other side. You can just turn around and just fucking knife him and pull him back or pull him behind cover and just fucking shank him. It's great. And it's just like aside from just being fucking roasted by Briggs and Gears, like I'll never forget the days when like I skipped school for like 3 days straight and I played Gears 3.
Briggs has ruined all these memories.
No, like back in the day, I used to get fucking
PTSD.
He has nightmares where he in his dream he's back at school. He gets off, he runs home, and then when he opens the door, Briggs is there with the controller. Like, hi, you want to play, Taylor?
I used to get fucking hate messages on Gears because I was just when I said I skipped school and I played, I gave up my life to fucking dedicate to Gears, and I was fucking gnarly at this game. I was fucking good.
Well, all I've
and
seen
I
is
lost
Briggs
that talent. Like it's like I used to be fucking gnarly at Halo 1 Combat Evolved multiplayer. I was fucking insane. 70-0. I kid you not. It was fucking
You sound like
legendary
Uncle
on
Rico
PC.
from Napoleon Dynamite, like reliving his glory days. It's like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
if coach put me in, I would have made state.
How much do you want back and throw a football over that map?
Anyways, let's get back on track.
Such a good movie.
We're off the track. So are you done?
No,
Just talking about the glory days.
Oh,
We don't need to know how gnarly your Gears.
but yeah, no, I lost that, kind of like skill or whatever, because like other games happened,
we saw.
life happened or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys
There's recorded
saw.
proof. You lost your title that way, and now
Yeah.
Briggs had the title for 2 years.
I don't
Way to
have
fucking
it.
go.
I don't have it in me to dedicate to like games as much as I used to, and it's sad. It's a sad reality.
Okay, move on with your news. I don't need to
Yeah.
hear about your midlife gaming crisis.
I'll give you a cast dedicated to that. Taylor's midlife.
Good.
But Gears 5, it feels so good. The campaign is fantastic, and I can't wait to dive more into the story and just kind of venture. Maybe you'll get a more of like an in-depth review of the game and just kind of like what's unfolding. I'm playing through on like insane difficulty right now, and it's fucking warranted. Like, it's so discouraging in this game when I'm like, okay, I've gone through like 10 minutes, I'm doing good, and this locust drops up like ahead of me or whatever, and I like, as soon as I pop around the corner, my head just fucking pops. And I'm like, fuck! And I'll scare Madison because I'll be like, fucking fuck! And it's just bullshit. And I have to restart from a fucking
She's like,
checkpoint.
Taylor, no!
I'm joking. Taylor's the nicest, kindest person in the world.
I would never lay a hand.
Again.
Never. Travis can't breathe, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's dying.
Oh, get that man some water.
It's like the fucking Joaquin Phoenix laugh from the Joker trailer. Oh, God.
The only way I could breathe was laughing.
Oh, man.
Not again.
Oh, my God.
Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got.
Game of Thrones prequel series.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about that. That's in the notes, isn't it?
I had to take a glance at the notes
I
just to get
should
us
look
back
at
on
those
rails.
notes.
Talk about what?
Game of Thrones prequel.
Oh, we're past the movie. I'm not gonna watch it. That's
No.
my fault.
I will. There's 2 prequels, aren't there?
Yeah, that's one too many.
That's like fantastic.
I think they should do one, finish that, then do another one.
We forgot about the Taika and Fassbender, too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm so excited. Fassbender's gonna be in a Taika Waititi movie. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's a great pairing.
Yeah.
Something I didn't think I needed.
And it's a soccer movie, too, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I will say one of the best soccer movies of all time, Shaolin Soccer. Go watch this movie.
What is it?
Shaolin Soccer.
What
It's
about okay, sorry, I'll let you go.
It's a martial arts soccer movie.
I think
It's
I've seen it.
all-
It's
It's
all
all in
dubbed.
Chinese. Yeah, I was gonna say it's in a different
so
language.
good.
What about that? What is it? It's like an Amanda Bynes movie. She's the man. Is that
She's
what
the
it's called?
man. You got
Channing
Bennett
Tatum.
like Beckham.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
Bennett like
seen
and
that.
Beckham.
Screaming.
Kicking and Screaming. That's probably my favorite soccer film.
We gotta make a soccer
Kicking
movie.
and Screaming. That's like one of the few like movies I've seen where Will Ferrell is like playing a serious role.
He does it
Kicking
quite
and
often.
Screaming. You think he's a serious?
He plays he's very serious and sincere, I feel like, in that
The
movie.
term he's looking for is the straight man, where there's comedy around him, but he's like reacting. He's not like a
Okay.
weird guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's not like a Ron Burgundy.
Fills
Yeah.
pills.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
nice pharmacist man. Anyways,
Get out of here.
let's get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that
Yeah.
was your 312th episode of Newscast. We haven't done Newscast well, but I hope that was worth every penny. If you listen to this Newscast and you went, man, I hate them, don't come back because this was us to a T. If this didn't float your boat, then I don't know what it's going to do. But if it did, you want to subscribe on YouTube and podcast on all our feeds, Apple, SoundCloud, Stitcher, the whole shebang. Just go down in the description below. And you can find a bunch of stuff. You can go get a month of Stitcher Premium free right now. Just use the Geek First code. All the details are there. So everything your heart desires in the description. Go down there below.
Drop us a review.
Yeah, drop us a review. Always tell what's going on. You always forget to pimp this at the beginning of the cast, but
I never had the opportunity. We just dived
just
right
interrupt
in.
me.
I'm not gonna interrupt you guys.
You could have talked about it during your T2 breakdown.
T2 or Battle of Big Rock. Yeah, we got the poll happening right now. It is fucking lit. Let me tell you, it's right now. It just popped in. I think we have Sophia from John Wick 3 versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
Fucking wild matchup. I don't know who's gonna win that.
It's not going good for Sophia. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, it's going good. We're in the round 2.
We gotta make it so Godzilla and Pikachu face off because Taylor's a coward and he didn't put them together.
I don't know. I don't know what
Taylor's
you're talking about.
He was scared Godzilla would lose to Pikachu and he knew he couldn't swallow that pill, so he separated them.
I've been pretty salty on some of the results. I'm not gonna lie.
What results?
All the Tarantino ones.
Yeah.
I couldn't control that. Those were your nominations to have them
I know,
pair up.
but I don't know.
Everyone loves Fast and the Furious.
Apparently. You uncultured swine.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's what it was. Rick Dalton, right?
Yeah, they both lost. It was Rick Dalton, I think, versus Statham, and then Brad Pitt versus The Rock, or one of those. I know. But yeah, lots of great stuff popping off. Just subscribe. Head over to social media, Twitter, Facebook, like, follow to get all the news. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, it'll not be boring.
Bye.
Bye-bye.